1 hour. Wait, I don't know why it keeps doing that, man. It's fucking weird. Welcome. That's weird.
Yeah, because you're explaining the process you had to go through just to get your relation to the position you are, what latitude, with one given star, just to go through all that math. And this kind of puts it all in one picture, so that if you
Exactly.
figured out where one star is, then you'd know in relation to these other stars. Go ahead, explain it. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just gonna run through a little bit real quick. It'll only take a second. So you would have to do a sundial. You have to go find out exactly what your time of sun is at your location. I'm not going to give mine away, but a little bit after noon, so that I would have to change uh, my mathematical equation for the 15 degrees per hour from Greenwich is how my latitude, or I'm sorry, my longitude actually works out for timing the sun.
And
And
so, wait, just to clarify for people, what he means
yes,
is that you want to get the sun's position at high noon, what they call high noon, where it's highest and where it's the highest
it's
point
zenith. You
from
want it zenith,
its
yes.
zenith, and that would be different for different places on the Earth. And there's a little bit of a variation. Sometimes it's a little before noon, a little after, depending on where
No,
you are.
no,
Right?
no. It's not a little bit of a variation. Every foot you move west or every foot you move east depends on whether you add. So if I move from my position, if you're looking at this the top, this the bottom, if uh if I move east, my time is going to be earlier. It's going to be up to 11 o'clock, and as soon as it passes 11 o'clock from noon, now I'm in a different time zone, most likely, but I'm definitely in the different 15-degree grid because I've already passed 15 degrees from the sun's movement. 15 degrees on this side. I'm sorry, 15 degrees total. And then now you can.
Exactly, Connie. It's making more sense, right? Yeah, it's taken me a minute to kind of figure it out as well. But yeah, it takes a few minutes. Is the audio good? Audio good? Check, check, 1 2. All right. I hope it's good. All right. It's it's yeah. This takes a while. This is not easy stuff, man.
You can know that as soon as you pass to where um, your sun's giving you a zenith at 1 o'clock, you're going pat, you're moving. You know that your navigation is telling you now I have to change my time zone, recenter it to where the zero is here, and then now I go from another degrees to see if I'm going to be changing or moving along. That's how it works for getting your estimated
Yeah.
longitude. Now
And
you have
just to clarify, since I know what you're talking about a little bit more than anybody that hasn't heard this before, you use the shadow of the sun. So you hold up. I don't know if you have your thing, but the way you would figure this out is you would go outside around 11 o'clock. So you'd be like an hour, maybe 11:30 or whatever, and then you would hold it up and you would try to get your the shadow of the sun to line up with what you've already determined with your compass pointing straight towards Polaris. So you first
like
of all
this.
get
Like this, you're
your
gonna watch your
magnetic.
shadow
Yeah.
come across, and you're gonna have your clock. Hold on a second. I'll make the whole
All right,
first.
Hold on a second.
because it's really confusing for people that I'm sure that haven't familiar. Maybe I'm just being too pedantic about it, but it's just so people know what you're talking about.
No problem. No problem. So at
Okay.
11:50, I go outside. Right. That's what time I'm saying
Okay.
that it is. 11:50, I
Uh-huh.
go outside, and my shadow is exactly on the 12 of noon. You can see that as far as. Let me go like this.
Yeah, and wait. Now you
See
would
that?
the reason that okay. So this paper representation is
A
what
sundial.
would the
It's a sundial.
sundial, right? Right. So
So
you
all
would
it is a
also use
sundial
your
that gives you.
compass. Don't you use
Well,
your compass first to mark where the
Well, you
declination
can't.
is? Like,
You do want to do that kind of stuff. You want to use your compass, make sure that your sundial is directly uh, north. But
yeah.
if you're navigating, you're going to know all this kind of stuff because you're going to be keeping an eye on your magnetic declination and all that kind of stuff. You want to
Right.
actually turn your sundial to whatever your magnetic declination is. But
That's what I was trying to get for. Yeah.
that's not an issue. That's not an issue. You
Uh-huh.
just want to get your an estimate of what you're at, because you're going to do triangulation. This is just an estimation.
Right.
So you're getting it to where it hits noon, and if it's 11:50, you know that you're not at the exact latitude of a 15 degrees. You know, for every 4 minutes, it's, if you take 60 divided by 4, it's 15. So every 4 minutes, you move 1 Arctic minute or 1 Arctic degree around the grid, right? So you know that you're 2 away from whatever 15. So if you're 7 hours or 8 hours or whatever it is, now you're not exactly 120 degrees away from Greenwich. You are
Pull over, man.
118, 117 and some change, because you just take those 4 degrees or those 2 degrees away from it, because you're 8-10 minutes past or before. I'm sorry, I'm fucking this up. But anyway,
What's up, Rez?
Yeah, just so people understood, like you're getting that angle so that you can mark on the piece of paper the angle
Right.
that aligns with where you are, where the sun is highest. And
right.
that
And I
gets
don't
figured
have all
out,
this
right?
set up right now, but this will make perfect sense just looking at the same device I use. I don't use a sextant. The same reason I don't use anything that the modern time people use, because besides a compass, you have to use a compass. I could make my own, but I'm not going to do all that shit. This is a quadrant. This is a speed square, I know, but it's the same principle as a quadrant. And all a quadrant is a plumb bob or a dangling piece of string on the middle of a square or a quadrant that gives you your angles from 0 to, you can have it whatever you want. I don't need to go anything past 90, but you can. That's the way you can get your angle for Polaris or any star for that matter. But I can go out and I can use this, sight this up with my eye like this, and then when I go out there and I find out what it is, and I line it up in my eye, go out there, find Polaris, looking down there, and I see it, and I come back and it shows me it's at 45. That means I'm at the 45th latitude, or close estimation of it. You always want to go below, never go above. So if you're trying to guess, you always guess 1 below or half below, whatever you want to describe, because it'll just make your triangulation a lot easier.
So like if you're in the middle of the ocean, you had no idea what latitude you were at. This could be a way of actually figuring out that right there.
There would be no that would be such an off chance of not anybody not knowing what latitude they were at if they were in the ocean traveling across the ocean. But let's say that's the case. Yes, you could do this. You could figure out exactly what latitude you're at. You can guesstimate what longitude you're at just by knowing the stars enough, by watching them every night, knowing that the Big Dipper's right here. You know, if you're watching it come across the sky, the Big Dipper is right here right now. It'll be about right here by 4 o'clock in the morning. I just know that, and it progresses 0.9863013698 of an arc degree every 3 minutes and 56 seconds.
When Rob Saleh came here, he knew that this was the blowtorch that was either going to make him or break him. And part of that blowtorching was Joe.
Hold on, wait. What is that? Somebody's
making a blowtorch. I want to hear about the blowtorch.
So we're blowtorching right through this. Is awesome explanation. So now
That's hilarious.
you have your grid. Show that 4-quadrant grid there that you use for your plotting, and you figure out your amplitude on. Can you bring it up to the those 4 quadrants?
So it's just a square in the circle. That's all you're doing is square in the circle. You're putting a grid, a 360-degree grid on a circle that's quadrant out. 1, 2, 3, 4 northwest. It's not northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast, but that's how it works on the graph. You're never going to, if you're plotting position in the north or northern quadrants, northern hemisphere, however you want to, you're always plotting north. You're always plotting to the top of the page. You're never plotting down. When you cross the celestial equator or go from north to south, you're only plotting this way. You can only plot this way. You can only get in.
Yeah, my audio's all fucked up, man. I'm sorry. You guys can hear it okay, all right? All right. Well, Manny, you got a shitty fucking phone. Jeeps, what's up? Connie, Lord Racer, what's up? Reza. All right, it's okay. Yeah, I've got some backup shit I'm working with. Apologize. I'll back this up in a second here. Hang on. Trying to get this, man. I got to keep repeating it until I get it, man. Until I totally get it.
North. You're always plotting to the top of the page. You're never plotting down. When you cross the celestial equator or go from north to south, you're only plotting this way. You can only plot this way. You can only get into here because your central axis changes from Polaris to Sigma Octantis depending on where you're at. That would mean that you're plotting on the different position of the 360 degree circle
So-
that you're.
So just in, yeah. So that right there, you're about to show in the corner. That shows
Okay,
how
so
it widens out.
this is how you know. So if I'm at the 39th latitude, I have to do the declination of 39 degrees from west out, and then I draw a line, and that means I squish my grid down to 39 degree amplitude, or I shouldn't say that's the amplitude, the 39 degree grid distance declination squeeze. So if I was at the 0 latitude, I would be out here this big. My grid would be exactly this square by this. But as you go up, it squeezes in. And once you get up to the like 70 and then 80 latitudes, your grid's literally this wide long to where you're traveling a couple hours and we're in the next time zone. We're in the next time zone. We're in the next time zone, to where down here in the 39th, it's going to be days. And
To a flat direction.
you see what I mean? Okay, so to get this though, to where I know how to measure everything, for every latitude that you move in, you go on your graph. So if I'm at the 39 latitude, I have to go in. I know I'm never going to go past this line, but I also have to get my distance measurement. So I draw my line. It goes from 0 to 90, and then you draw your line at whatever your estimated latitude is. You draw your line, and then that's your measurements you use with your compass. And I'll grab that 1 second.
Yeah, there's a little key. Now these are like you would order these sheets, and I've seen videos on YouTube where people are using these as a way of plotting
but
the
you can
stars
make
and
it.
everything.
You can make them too, because it's exact. You're just using your compass. This is a compass as well, the same way as this is a compass, magnetic true compass. This is a drafting compass, however you want to call it, drawing compass. But you can know that this is your graph. Your graph is going to be this big, and it's going to be separated by 60 degrees. Is that right? 60, 70? No, 60 degrees. For every 60 degrees that you're going to go out from, or 60 minutes, however you want to go it, that's your next degree. So whenever you're coming in, that's your exact graph, and you can see that it lines up exactly with it, to where they give you an extra one because so you can do single or 2 degrees or 10 degrees. They give you an extra one so you can go 60 degrees and then count it out. But you can see that it
Now
lines
look at that. Show that again. Like that's a little key that they give you, and that shows the widening of the graticule almost, right? Or the
that's
widening
the exact. So this is these lines.
Right, and you can see how they get wider out, and then as it gets towards Polaris, they get smaller, right? They get
Crunched
in.
together because your graph literally crushes in, to where it's not that the graph gets or the distance gets smaller. It's just that your graph doesn't cover that much distance. So if you're at the equator or celestial equator, it's going to be 60 nautical minutes, or 1 arc degree, which can be up to 1,000 miles. Or I could be wrong. Hold on, it can't be 1,000 miles. It's going to be
1,000 miles of flight, right?
Yeah, it's as far as the direct line of it. But when you get up to the Arctic, or you get up into the northern latitudes or the very, very southern latitudes, you can literally fly a plane and it'd be like, we're in the Pacific time zone. Oh, nope, we're in the Central time zone. Nope, now we're in the I mean, literally that quick. It's insane how it crushes when it gets up to the north.
And it's so easy to see how, like, if you were convinced, I mean, the ball illusion that you're on a ball, it'd be so convincing for somebody that thinks that means they're going towards the center of where all these longitude lines are converging, because that's where the pole is for the ball. And it was this perfect way of like, oh, we got this electromagnetic field that converges and diverges and has all these bendy, warpy lines. we could make people think that it's a ball and that we're in the.
Can make people think it's a ball. What time is it at the North Pole? Does anybody want to look that up? I'm doing a live stream here. That's a great question. What time is it at the North Pole? Come on. Give it to me. Somebody look it up.
Not this electromagnetic field that converges and diverges and has all these bendy, warpy lines. We could make people think that it's a ball and that we're floating in space, and all the reverse engineered kinematics that went into that is amazing. It's a brilliant plan.
All I've done is taken what. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The way he's explaining it, he's using all flat directions. I understand how a person could be confused, but not if they know what directionality is. He's using all flat directions.
What do you
Absolutely.
mean by that? I'm sorry. What do you mean by that?
Measurements, latitude. These are all.
Neil, poor Neil. He didn't get it. Neil kind of gets fucked up here a little bit. Sorry, Neil. But yeah, he jumped in. He didn't know what's going on. He has no clue. This shit works on the globe. It works on this flat dual pole too. So just chill out, Neil. Just chill out, bro.
I'm sorry. What do you mean by that?
Measurements, latitude. These are all flat Earth. There's nothing to do with a ball.
Yeah, but if they're electromagnetic field lines, the electromagnetic, if what they're using for latitude and longitude is what he's saying, if those are actually lines that are determined by the magnetic field on Earth and then a double toroidal electromagnetic field that the stars are circling around, if that's what they're using and detect and use for the measurements, the nature of the circling stars and the magnetic field warping between the poles could be what they're talking about with the curvature of all of it and the illusion that straight lines are curved.
There's no curve measured. No, there's no curve measured.
Can I?
No, I know it's not. Hold on, Neil. I think that you're coming in on a conversation where we're getting pretty deep into
I know
some of the stuff you might have missed the earlier part of it.
I just want to finish this one last part, if that's okay.
Yeah, let him finish off what he was explaining.
And I swear I'll stop with the whole star thing, because I know it gets boring. That's for sure.
No, it's not boring, dude. We're trying to get where you're at. Neil, just hang back for a little bit. No, we're not talking flat Earth proofs. Everyone here knows it's flat. We're not talking globe Earth versus flat Earth at all. Go ahead.
So we've got the estimated longitude, estimated latitude. We said it was 39 and then 118, whatever it is. So that would be our center point of this triangle, or I'm sorry, of this quadrant set up with the 360 degrees that we would start with. Observer would be at the very center of that, and then that would be the estimated longitude would be the center of that. You would overlay the stars and whatever grid. Each one of these grids is set up for 15-degree overlays, as far as you would have to change it for each one of the overlays. I'm going to use this one just because it's bigger, it's easier to see. You would go outside, and wherever you are on the map, you know what even if you don't believe you're on a flat Earth, and
the image looks pretty bad right now. I don't know if you want to try to just move your camera a little bit or the angle of it. Yeah, looking better. A little bit further. It's just getting a little bit blurry for some reason.
It doesn't matter though.
Right
It's just a representation. But you're in North America, you know you're in Africa, you would just go to where your position of wherever you're at would be down. So North America, you would put it down, you put the Polaris directly up from you, and you would set the stars to what you see above you. If Regulus is above you, would you move the stars to where Regulus is above you? Directly, as far as zeniths, directly above you. You don't want to worry about the other stars until you know what's directly above you. And you set it directly above you. And I've already got lines marked down here for different points that I've done. But what you're doing is you're going to set the stars to where what's above you, and you're going to correlate the observer's viewpoint, and there's a line on this one too that will line up with it, to where now you can go outside and not worry about Regulus or the star that you were directly above you, but what's 45 degrees declination from Polaris, either east or west. and it's all named on this chart, and you can see the numbers are, I mean, I don't know if you can see it here, but they're literally numbered
Yep.
15-degree changes or 10-degree changes all the way along to where you can see what your declination is, and that's your magnetic compass. If you look to the east of north, you're going to just, this is true as far as these numbers are true, but you're going to use your compass and get your magnetic heading of what it is,
What's up, Tommy?
and it's the offset between this number and this number is what we're using to get the amplitude. And all you're doing is you go outside and you would get that. I'm sorry, I messed up here. You would have it all set up like.
All right, I gotta pause. Shit, hold on, Tommy. Yeah, we're working this dual pole flat earth thing, man. It's a bit of a. It's a bit to get your head around, man. What's up, Tommy? You want to join the conversation, man? Go to my server and let's see, where the hell's my server here? Where did it go? Where did it go? There it is. Go to my server. I'll live stream it there, man. We can chit chat, whatever. Go to my server and go to the Dudes VC, man. It's that simple, bro. All right, I'm in there, just chilling. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome, Tommy. Anyway, get back to we're learning. Dude, I'm trying to get this, man. It's hard for me, bro. It's just, I got a lot of shit going on, man. But I gotta put some time in on this, so. Yeah, my Discord server, Flat Earth Dude server. I'm in the VC. It's called Dudes VC. It's the only thing I got in there besides Dudes Chat. That's it. Well, I got the most simplest server ever. It's like super easy, bro. That's it. But yeah, I'm trying to get my head around this. So clocks are useless at the North Pole. Exactly, Connie. That's what Jeeps was like. Dude, he looked it up. It's like, no, the sun rises once a year around March and sets once a year around September. So day and night last month. But they don't give you like what fucking time it is. It's like, is it noon? Is it dinner time? Or we go to bed? I got to go to work. I mean, somebody, if they're at the North Pole, man, somebody's got to go to work at some point, man. Yeah. Finland. Greenland, Finland, Lapland, yeah. Or parts of Russia. Don't we know Serge, man. We know Serge. He's way up there, about 69. He's way up there, yeah. Dude. That's weird, man. Nothing. They got Jack. Yeah, isn't that weird? That's very weird, man. Thank you, Jeeps. You the man, brother. All right, back to learning. We're back to learning again.
To get the amplitude, and all you're doing is you go outside and you would get that. I'm sorry, I messed up here. You would have it all set up like this, and you would read the number it is. It would be, let's say, 35 for Diopenes or Doobie or whatever it is, the Big Dipper, whichever star you're trying to work off of. It says 35, and you go outside and you grab your compass and you line it all up, and you go, oh, it's 40. So you know that you come back to your estimate and you draw a line. And
shit, now you make me pause it, Jeeps. No timekeeping at 90 degrees north or south. What? Fucking bastards. Freaking bastards. Damn.
you know that you come back to your estimate and you draw a line. And I've got different names up here for stars and stuff, but you would just draw your line out at exactly whatever your compass said.
All right, I got Tommy Rogers in the chat here, or in the VC, actually. You're muted, Tommy. I'll unmute. Yeah, you're muted. I think you're muted. Let me screen share, man. Hold on, let me screen share this shit for you. All right, if you click on my, where it says live, or you can click your mute button. We can talk. Damn it. It's been a long time, Tommy. It's been years, man. I think the last time you and I talked was like pre-COVID, man. To tell you the truth, man. It's been a minute. Thanks for coming in anyway. I don't know if you can see my screen or what. I don't know. But welcome. Welcome. Damn. All right, let's go back to the chat. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to get Tommy hooked up here. Oh, I want to get him in on the conversation. You're just muted? Okay, that's cool. All right, here we go. Please, man, I'd like to say hi to you. Dude, how's Ogden doing? What the fuck, bro? What happened? Ain't seen Ogden. I gotta hear the story, man. I gotta know the truth. Come on. Oh, fuck. All right.
Right? And the difference between whatever your compass said and what the
Hello? No. Okay. Back to the... Let me back it up. Damn it. Let me back it up. This is not a professional situation here, man. It's close, but it's not... I mean, I got good audio,
stars and stuff, but
video.
you would just draw your line out at exactly whatever your compass said, right? And the difference between whatever your compass said and what the map said is going to be your amplitude. And that amplitude, literally, that's all you have to do is take it away. And that amplitude is the graph here that you're doing. So if it's, let's say it's 5, since we've measured out 5, you would go down and each one of these lines is 2. Measure out 2 of them and a half, and that's going to be your distance. And you go up that line from the center, and then you put a cross 30-degree line, and you know that your position is along that line somewhere from that line up this way. You know it's somewhere along that line. So to do another one, you would just do another one, and I've already done many of them. Let's say Schrader, and you shoot the line up this way, and it crosses, and where those two cross, where you've done the 2 amplitudes and where those 2 cross is called your fix. That's how you fix your amplitude. And the more you do, the closer you get to a triangle, to where you get closer to your fix. And it's not so much to where you're just putting it on a piece of paper. Now you can go by the numbers here. It's exactly 11 minutes past 39 degrees. So it's 39, 11 minutes and 12 seconds north. It's 120 by whatever this is. I don't know. My graph doesn't perfectly do that, so I'd have to measure this out, whatever it is, from 118, because I know we estimated 118, but we're going to the west, so it's going to be more. You measure it out, you get to your graph, and you know, it looks like 6 minutes. It looks like 6 minutes, so now we're at 118, 6 minutes west by 39 degrees, 11 minutes, and 22 seconds. And that's how you fix.
So then you're like, okay, now I know I got the fix on this one star. And like what you were saying before is that
hold on. That's not the fix of the star. That's the fix of
your position.
Your position,
your position in relation to the star.
In minutes and seconds of latitude and longitude, the exact same way we use GPS that they say are, the satellites they put up in the sky.
Yeah, and you cross-check this with some of the GPS to make sure that these are coming out with what they.
I've done this so many times, dude. You can see. I shouldn't even be showing this because I'm probably doxing myself right now. Yeah, that's totally my shit.
It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter.
But the point I'm getting at, you said that.
I've went up to 200 miles. I went up to 200 miles away from me, took my GPS or took a phone with me, checked the GPS, and I'm usually, not always, but I'm usually within 150 feet, 100 feet from what the GPS says. 150 feet, dude. I'm like seconds away from where they say it is.
Yeah, and you were saying, okay, so just to get back to what we were trying to get.
Anyway, that's what caught my attention. Initially, it was like we could be like super accurate with this map. Incredibly accurate. Way more accurate than... Yeah, it's pretty interesting, man. Yeah, good to see you, Captain. Captain's in the house. Tommy, you got some good people, man. Thank you guys for hanging out. But yeah, I'm trying to get my head around this. You guys are great. bringing up that there is no time at the North or South Pole. They don't apparently keep time. What the fuck, man? That's weird. Anyway, we're getting there. We're going to get there this year. We're getting there, man. This is super great. All right, I'll back it up. 20 seconds. Here we go.
What the GPS says. 150 feet, dude. I'm like seconds away from where they say it is.
Yeah, and you were saying, okay, so just to get back to what we were trying to get at with your Star Wheels and how it allows you to skip some of these steps. Like, first of all, if you were to try to find your position and look up all the different tables that they give you, it's a pain in the ass just to get your relation for your latitude, longitude in relation to one star, right? And and you were saying that, okay, great, so I can plot my relation to one star, but that doesn't give me any context to where the other stars are in relation to that star and my position. And that's what your Star Wheels are kind of like, would give somebody the advantage of doing, right?
Yes, it's just it's visual. So every data point so this is a data point. I mean, no matter how you look at it, this isn't what you see in the sky. You see about this much of the sky, and then you're only seeing this a cutout, a pie cutout of the sky, because you don't see that whole sky. This is a 360 degrees view.
Yeah.
So all this data is visually represented in the real world in a tool that you can hold in your hand and manipulate to come up with the equations, just like an abacus or what did that German one? The Enigma machine. Those types of things. You have a
Fuck, agave. Shit. Yeah. I forgot my protractor. Dude, you're going to need it. You're going to fucking need your protractor there, agave. You're going to need that shit, bro. It's going to take a while, man. I'm still getting my head around it. That's why I'm doing and trying to save these in smaller portions. Can't get my head around it, but I'm getting close, man. It's been years we've been looking at this shit. It's nothing new, right? Come on. We all get our heads around it, brother. All right. Welcome, agave.
Just like an abacus or what did that German one? The Enigma machine. Those types of things. You have a visual representation or a visual manifestation of an equation or a computer. The same way this is. This is not mine, guys. I mean, I didn't do this myself. This is something that I came across.
Agave, did you subscribe to my Discord server by chance? If not, man, I'll just invite you real quick, man. Let me invite you anyway, man. Fuck it. I don't know, man. I don't know if you have Discord, if it's been working. Yeah. What? Come on. Fucking. Alright. I'll just send you the link in our chat. Yeah, I'll just send you the fucking link. I'll send the link there, man. It doesn't recognize you on Discord. You're kind of a ghost on Discord, bro. You're a bit of a ghost. So let me invite you through. I'll just send you the link, man. Something like that. Fuck. Yeah, I'll send it to you in our chat or whatever. Google chat, Google fucking email, Google chat, whatever it is. Damn. Yeah. Anyway, I'd love to have you join Agave. It would be amazing. Love to get your insight on a lot of this stuff too as well. For sure. I would love to see you get in here and give it a go, man. And say, hey, man, what's up? All right. Shit. Okay, here we go. I'm going to send it to you right now. Here we go. All right, there's the invite to my server. Very few people are in the server, man. Like next to nobody, bro. Anyway, Might as well be no. It's got Tommy. He's sitting here. He hasn't even freaking opened his mic. All right, back to the work at hand. Yeah, there's the invite.
Or a computer, the same way this is. This is not mine, guys. I mean, I didn't do this myself. This is something that I came across that I could do by blending things that I'd found that they had out there for us to just find the stars, and then blended it with the information from changing the 33 degrees and how it all works with the electromagnetic fields, as far as how we delineate the different separations of our 180 degrees from the prime meridian over to the
Yes.
international dateline, and it's exactly 180 degrees west, 180 degrees east, no matter if you're in the north or in the south. So,
Yeah.
I mean, and it started to
That's
explain
the
to
way the
me.
GPs of the stars just I mean, it's not like you came up with making it work for your map. It's just the way it all lays out according
That's
to the
what-
data of the almanac, right?
This wasn't a thing.
And the
This
Star
was a
Wars.
thing. This was a thing to start out with. I showed you guys. Hold on. Where's the book? But I didn't start out with grid
Tomorrow.
lines and all
No,
that
there's no
stuff.
tomorrow, Gabby.
I started out with
Mongo.
here.
Shit. It's only 12:30 for you. All right. Go to bed. Go to bed. I'm never in my own server. This is like I just do it occasionally. It's not a place I hang out. Nobody hangs out there. It's just a useful server for these kind of things. We're just a couple people chilling. When I'm doing a live stream, basically, that's the only time I really use it. But all right, you can go check it out tomorrow, whatever. But it's it's the old Google Hangouts, man. This is what we got. All right. I'm scorching. Uh-oh. Am I scorching? I'm scorching. All right, let's do it. We're getting close, man. We're getting close to the...
To the data of the almanac,
We're
right?
getting close.
This wasn't a thing.
And the
This
Star
was a
Wars.
thing. This was a thing to start out with. I showed you guys. Hold on. Where's the book? But I didn't start out with grid lines and all that kind of stuff. I started out with, here it is. I started out with knowing it was something to do with this image, the chair, or not cherub, what do they call it? The scarab or the spider or something like that. I knew it had something to do with this. I didn't know what it was. I just knew it had something to do with this, and I knew it had something to do with the pyramids. Orion was the central location because every culture talked about it, and every culture had a different meaning for it, but they all called it the measurement of the middle of the center, or no, the fire at the center of the middle of measurement. All of them talked about it being like that, at least the ones that I found. And so I thought it looked like this. I mean, I knew the images looked like this, but as soon as I started charting the stars or plotting the stars, I knew for sure it was electromagnetic. And as soon as I started understanding it being electromagnetic and the star fields that I saw above, Sigma Octantis, with the Southern Cross and everything as the planets of anything past Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto only stay within these latitudes. I mean, they'd come up to the north, but they stay around the southern latitudes, and it held within a field. And as soon as that happened, I started seeing the magnetic field on everything, and I just overlaid it over my map. I didn't go, oh, I've got a field and now I'm going to draw a map. I had a map that I thought it kind of looked like. I didn't have the south right, but I had the gist of what the north looked like. And then when I laid over all the magnetic field, I didn't even think of it as latitude and longitude at the time. I just thought of it as the magnetic field. And then when I saw this, it blew my mind. I didn't know what to fucking do, dude. I just didn't even know what to think. I mean, I'm sure you heard the first time you talked to me about it. I was like a kid in a fucking candy store thinking I found gold.
Oh yeah, you're like, look at it. They're up to 2 wheels, and if you put these wheels next to each other, and I scaled it down, and now I've got a custom map. that people could actually use if the GPS went down. So yeah, so you're saying there's steps that you would have to go through. That not only do you have to, can you skip some of the calculus that you'd have to do to figure out
You remove all
some of these
calculus.
things.
All the calculus is here. This right here is like an abacus or a enigma machine for the calculus. And what it is that it's the difference between. Let me do it with this. It's the difference between the stars, what the information is on here, as opposed to the information that you see with your eyes, as opposed to what time of night it is and what your location is. You see what I mean?
Mhm.
So this is a calculus equation in visual form.
Damn.
That's all it is.
Gotcha. And it has to do with the warping of the electromagnetic field that it's giving you these corrections for because it warps. And somebody
Well-
can look at this and be like, "Oh, it's the ball curve. It's the ball. That's why
Well, no-
this curvature and correction stuff's
No.
going on."
No,
No?
the anomalies are what show you that it definitely curves and doesn't do. So the star, you can see how this pattern is right here. The reason this pattern is like this and this one's like this is because when you look at the stars at this latitude, they don't curve out. They don't converge and diverge as much as these ones out here at that 0 latitude. But
Mhm.
they don't do it everywhere. They only do
Right.
it at the anomalous areas, at these points. Where's my other latitude?
And it's just the way that the electromagnetic field manifests,
At these-
right? It has that. shape.
Yes, at those points is where you're going to get those manifestations of the diverging and the converging of the stars and the movement only at the latitudes out here. You have to be below, 20 degree latitude, north or south, either way, up this close to where you're going to get that huge divergence when you're here at 150 to 170 or 180 to crossing over the international date line, whatever,
And
however
for the
you want
guys
to
that
look
are
at it.
saying, for the ballers that are saying, the stars don't converge and diverge, they just don't. They're always equidistant from each other, or they're always the same no matter what.
Yeah, well, I beg to differ on.
Well, I don't know what the probation means, man. You're on probation for 10 minutes? I don't know what that means. For my server? No, really? I don't know how this shit works, bro. What? All right, agave. Figure it out. I don't know. Well, I guess wait 10 minutes. I don't know. What the fuck is Yeah, there's a million things you can do with Discord. Maybe I got some shit not clicked or whatever. You know how it works. Connie, yeah, your uncle was a flat earther, by the way. Yeah, Herb was a flat. He didn't know it though. But he probably would have figured it out. Yeah, it's a beast, man. Discord's a fucking beast, man. You gotta. I don't know. I'm not happy with it, but that's what we got. It works. I've tried it. Other Googled, video, whatever. We've tried it all. Hangouts was the best, man. It was so great. It was so great. I can't even tell you how great it was. It was almost as great as riding in the back of a pickup without seats or seatbelts, going to the beach. It was that great, man. We used to do that. We'd pile 10 people in a pickup. Let's go to the beach. Okay, here we go. No, they put an end to that shit, man. No, you can't do that. No. Yeah. Discord's a love-hate relationship for sure. All right, I'm completely lost on our topic here, man. Anyway, no, I'm not completely lost, but let's get back to it, man, for a minute.
150 to 170 or 180 to crossing over the international date line, whatever,
And
however
for the
you want
guys
to
that
look
are
at it.
saying, for the ballers that are saying, the stars don't converge and diverge, they just don't. They're always equidistant from each other, or they're always the same no matter what.
Yeah, well, I beg to differ on that all day long.
Yeah. Well, okay. So to just explain that everything's measured from the prime meridian. So
Yeah, Hangouts was too good. They couldn't let that shit go on. they, that would have destroyed their whole 2020 operation. Yeah, and that would have been a problem. Yeah, they had to get rid of that damn beautiful thing called Hangouts. Damn, it was so good. Dude, that's how we met. A lot of us, that's how we met. Agave, Connie, Rez, Tommy. Yeah, we all used Hangouts. And that's why we're still here, man, because it was great. All right. Back to the presentation. Back to.
Yeah, well, I beg to differ on that all day long.
yeah. Well, okay. So to just explain that everything's measured from the prime meridian. So they're going to always think that the star is, in relation to the other stars that are also in relation to the prime meridian through the celestial equator are equidistant from each other, but they're not taking measurements from in those anomalous areas for the stars' relation to each other. That's not really even done. So there's no reason
because
that
it's outside the grid.
Shown that, right?
It's outside the grid. It would be like saying it's off the ball.
Right.
So that's how you know there's anomalous areas, or like Richard Byrd, Admiral Byrd said, there's land beyond the North Pole. He said it was north of north. And he said that, all this weird stuff about things that nobody could understand. Just the same way you were taught, or I shouldn't say taught, but everybody knows the four corners I'll take your body to the four corners of the earth. The winds will be from here.
Yeah, all these things are literal.
Ancient mythology. This actually gives credence to, or I shouldn't say credence. This gives me an explanation.
Legitimizes it.
Yes, it gives me an explanation of how they talked about the four corners of the earth, how the people came from the northwest, how did they come from the northwest if the northwest was where they were at, the people that were saying they came from, just weird things like this, and
from outer ponds, possibly even, right? Is what you're saying?
Whatever your little heart contends with, whether it be extraterrestrials, aliens, outer ponders, inner beings, spiritual beings, angels, demons, whatever, there is something in the ancient cultures, the ancient myths, the ancient deities that has some truth. Not maybe everything is true, but there is some truth in this stuff. And it might not be the 50-foot demon that had 100 eyes, or the angels that came down and separated waters, or things like that. But there is some truth that has a representation of things that happened before, or things that they were trying to describe before. And if you look at the stories, it doesn't seem to be about a being or about people that were trying to rule and do this. It was about the sky. It was about the heavens and the earth, that they were trying to understand what they were and why they were here. And I believe their answer is what scared everybody from then on to secret and hide everything within inside of geometric shapes and inside of crests and doctrines and secret societies, so that everybody had a very small piece of the truth, but not everybody had all the truth. And you separated the East from the West, the esoteric and the spiritual cultures from the material and the controlling demonic or Judeo-Christian cultures. They are kept so separate, and it really comes down to the electromagnetic, or the connection, the spiritual, the chakra, the energy, that force within inside of your body that can be described with this. That can be all described with.
And that's interesting. Since you mentioned demons, real quick, you have a demon with an angel embraced in your
Purdue.
Yeah, and I know you're going to give. I want you to give a little explanation of why that is. But his name is E1 because it's like equal one. We're all equal, right? And then there's two sides to all of this as well. Go ahead.
No better, no worse, just an equal one. I never felt like I was ever better than anybody. I never felt like I was any worse than anybody. Nobody's better than me. Nobody's better than you. We're not that we're all equal, but I know that I am.
Yeah, we're all equal. We all got our gifts, man. Let's use them. Here we go. Right?
I devour equality. I devour the people not to be mean to people, just to be mean. Not to say that I'm not mean to people. That's for damn sure. I'm not saying that, but I definitely despise anything when I see equality. I've always been that way, and
When you
I
see
think that
inequality, you mean? When you see inequality, that really hurts you.
inequality, inequality,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, inequality, man. And you can go out any city anywhere in the world and see it. I mean, there's some dude driving a Ferrari, and then there's some dude begging for change, man. You know, inequality, man. You can see it every day. It's it's a sad shit situation. We all know that. That's nothing new. But yeah, equal. We're all equal. We all got our little piece of the puzzle, man. Let's put it together. That's it, man. Um, I'm good at really, construction thing. Agave's amazing. Um, yeah, we can build stuff. We're good at things. But yeah, we're also really good at deciphering bullshit from, what we can actually check out. And I think we can check this out, man. This is not something that we can't check out, man. That's why I'm on it. Because we can all go check it out, man. And that's why you're here. That's why I'm here. And yeah, we're a little bit of an underdogs, but we got tools those Mongos never had, man. So yeah, we're catching up quick, man. They might have had 500-600 years head start, but yeah, we're right on their asses, man. We are so on their asses right now. I love it. Yeah, the dog peed on me. Yeah, that's it, man. We'll be all right. Shake it off, Gave. Shake it off, bro. We got this. Yeah, right on, Tommy.
Way, and
When you
I
see
think that
inequality, you mean? When you see inequality, that really hurts
inequality,
you.
inequality,
Yeah.
yes.
People being treated as if they're unequal just from their whatever.
For any
their
reason, not because of their
circumstances.
skin color, not because of anything, even if it's something that's
Yeah.
against something I believe. And it
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense that people can be such hypocrites about everything that they live for and talk about it and are and represent, and that's why it came down to that. But that image
But the demon and the angel in your
is my self-portrait, is
mhm.
is my demon and my angel. I mean, you can get really into it, the male and female, the connection of the negative and positive, the good and the bad, standing over the lake of embracing over the lake of fire. Not that
Mhm.
I don't believe in God. I'm not a Christian. I was born up in a Christian household and all
Wait,
that, but I
no,
don't
no, no, wait. You have to clarify that for the room because we've talked about this. It's not about you don't believe in a biblical God necessarily, right?
I don't believe in a God. I don't believe that even if there's
In the way that the Bible describes it, or
yeah.
that as far as like a God in the sense of a religion.
I'm going off of Dave's recording here, so if there's some technical issues here, man, I'll let you know. Um, yeah, it looks like I might have some technical video problems here. I'm trying to fast forward through this. Um, yeah, Dave's recordings aren't always perfect. I get that. Dude, shit, my live streams aren't always perfect too, man. I always got some problems. But I've been trying to do this for a minute, working through it. Yeah, it looks like that was it. All right. What do you guys got? Anything? You guys got something you want to watch or talk about? Anything? Yeah, that looks like that was it. Okay. Damn. Damn, Dave. I don't know what the fuck happened. I'll have to yell at him later, man. I'll yell at him later, man. Mongo. All right, I got Agave. And I got Tommy in my Discord server called Flat Earth Dude Server. That's it. Welcome. Say something. Don't say something. I don't know where to go from here, bro. I'm a little bit. I got nothing.
You there?
Hey, Tommy. What's up, baby?
Same pile, bro. What's going on with you?
Oh, same, man. Trying to figure it out. I think we got most of the pieces at this point, bro. I really do. And
That's cool.
I think we're just, fine tuning it at this point. But I know those guys had a big head start on us, man, and they went through, I don't know how many years of, but yeah, they went through a lot to figure out how to make this place work. I don't know. There was guys carving stone. Have you seen those like marble structures with the veil over the people's faces? The thinness of the marble is so thin, bro. It's crazy thin, and it's like
they were frozen in the time.
it's like we can't replicate it today, man. We can't do it.
No.
But
Yeah, those are some pretty crazy statues, man.
it's a what?
The one with the crazy statues, like you're talking
Yeah.
about the veil with the chick, and how about that guy with the fishing net?
Yes.
You see that one?
The fishing net. Yeah, I did see that one, man. Yeah.
Like it's almost like it was the real thing, and it just got frozen in time.
It seems that way, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense, but man, it's the fishing net. That was like 10, oh shit, not 10 years ago, but it's been a minute, man. 8, maybe? Yeah, that was freaking me out.
Back in the early days.
Yeah. So yeah, there's so much to learn about where we live and what's going on and how did they move these stones and how did they carve this veil marble? How impossible that is to carve, by the way. It's totally impossible.
Yeah.
You and I both have worked with marble, man. That shit's brittle. Even if it's like a half inch thick, man, it's still brittle. It's crazy. Yeah.
In Halifax, I worked at Nova Tile and Marble, man.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Halifax there, man.
I know.
Yeah, that stuff I'm telling you, man, you're right. It's not. You just can't. I don't know how they do it.
We don't know how they did it. I think they might have been able to 3D print that stuff. Is the only thing I can come up with that totally makes sense. Yeah, if you could 3D print marble, somehow they could soften it and make it a liquid stone for a while, and then they had some alchemy that could totally do that. I mean, that's the only way you could do it, in my opinion. But I'm nobody.
Yeah.
Agave, you're back. Unmute yourself.
Or maybe it was witchcraft.
Well,
Is that shit fix working? Fuck.
I
Hello,
hear.
$1 mic check.
I can hear you now. man. I got you.
Right.
Damn. I know. Discord's a bitch.
They made soft materials and then it hardened into that.
That's
watched
what
an
I
awesome
think.
video.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was.
In layers, no less. You would have even had a real veil, apparently, because
Right.
there's specs in it and stuff showing organic material. So you take a real veil, put it in some kind of slurry that's, whatever limestone slurry, whatever they come up with. I don't know, but either way, they somehow turned that into megastone after. There's no carving that fucking.
Yeah, there's no carving that. There's no way it was carved. That's the point.
Nope.
That's exactly where
No
I was going,
fucking-
man. There's no way. Indio, shout out to Indio, man. I'll send you my link, man. Okay, go ahead.
Put headphones on.
Yeah, there's no way in hell they carved the marble, dude. No, had to be another process. And I'm all into the different processes. So are you, Agave and Tommy, that they could do things with stone that you and I can't do, man. For some reason, we can't do that, man. I don't know why, but we can't do it.
I don't know if it's cymatics or frequencies or an actual chemical process, which is what it suggested. But okay, and again, all coming from nature. But the bottom line is a lot of that stuff you can tell, especially the stones fitted together and all that. You can't do that unless it's Play-Doh,
No, can't do
You're
a
not gonna
Play-Doh.
carve it. Oh, let's just shave it a little more there. Put it back in place. Or shave it. Yeah, give her a little there. Yeah, nudge her a little more there with the grinder.
No. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I knew some glass guys that could do some amazing things with glass, man. They could melt it and twist it and bend it. And yeah, I was like, oh my goodness. They could add different colors. And I was like, oh
Yeah.
my goodness, man. You guys are crazy. But I watched
Even
them do.
Michelangelo David too. That's horseshit. Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, another. Yeah, that's another. He was laying on his back and he's painting the ceiling. I mean, come on. He did it for like 10 years. Come on, man. Come on, Agave.
And he did the statue on his spare time.
On his spare time, man. I mean, yeah.
There was a Catholic church here in Toronto, St. Anne's, that had that same sort of style of painting that was in that Michelangelo shit, and they burned the fucking church down.
Yeah.
And I was in Toronto for a while, but I'm in Montreal now. You can still go to St. Joseph's Oratory here and see all kinds of craziness. It looks like Rome.
Yeah, it's all over, man.
Oh yeah. Again, all these Tartarian videos and whatnot. So some of the theories are a little bit out there, but bottom line is, yeah, no question about it. High tech.
Yeah.
Back to the future, as they said.
High
it.
tech.
Well, they took the airship away from us. That was one of the biggest fucking downfalls.
Yeah. The steampunk
that-
thing had something. You see, we were sort of paying attention.
The airships. I mean, basically anybody could have an airship if you had a decent job, sort of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that would give you
What?
unlimited access. Yeah, back in the day, man, I got this couple books here on those fucking dirigibles, right? They
You
got a
build
history.
your own. It's like Popular Mechanics. Yeah.
Yeah, well, see, they don't want the average person to be able to fucking fly on their own, right? So they come up with the fake Hindenburg crash, and they pull all the fucking airships out of the fucking game, except they leave it with the military. When the average dude would have the ability to have them back in the day, and you could go anywhere on the flat plane, right?
Yep.
And the ground, and there you go. You can't fucking. It's like all about control, right?
Hey,
You know?
I just realized something, man. Both you guys are from Canada.
Hey.
We our ass off right now.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I just forgot. I just
Nice.
forgot for a second. Dang it. Damn it. My bad. My bad.
Yeah, you can't get no Americans on your show. You got.
I
400
can't do
million
it, man.
people, but
There's no
you're
way.
Canadian.
Damn Americans.
I don't
Oh,
go by
Greenberg.
that they tell us, man. They fucking the same. We get your population from the same people that put us on the moon, fellas.
Right.
Yeah, I would say the only accurate numbers right now are North America because we have pretty good census and stuff. But I would agree that the rest of the world, I've seen those population things and there's no accuracy to it. So there's something up. Yeah.
Like China doesn't have billions of people there.
No, that's one of those deals that's again India, China. It's the billion countries you got to question. Millions is easy to keep track of. Billions is a bit harder. So, Again, the numbers are staggering in this world. We talk about numbers so blatantly at this point. Even young people, I try to impress on them when I'm speaking with them. I'm like, how much is $1 billion? You know what I mean? Talking about a Bugatti or some bullshit, you know, and you bust into a different part of conversation with them.
Right.
How much is $1 billion, man? How many millions is a billion?
1,000 billion. A million
They
is
don't
a
know.
billion.
They just don't know. Yeah, and you try and explain to them like you don't even understand that volumes of dollars, volumes of people, numbers, billions, millions, trillions, whatever. You just don't get it.
Yeah, they don't get it, man. I brought it up the other night. I was talking with somebody. I'm like, think about it, man. $1 billion. You know, that's so much money, man. It's crazy money.
Yeah.
I can't.
And again, the Chat GPT thing, this AI thing, as much as I hate it, is backfiring in their face slightly because, like we just said,
All right.
a couple years ago, you'd go dig up all the census data from all around the world and sit around for a whole afternoon researching that, trying to figure out the population. Now you can just pop the old AI on and find out the answer from Wikipedia or whatever the hell in seconds and have yourself an answer, which is ridiculous, first of all. And secondly, it's starting to tell the truth, which is kind of weird. So some people are getting it to admit, you know, like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I've never messed with that shit.
No, you're talking to demons, in my opinion. But bottom line, the people that are making it frustrated. Have you seen the guy that tried to make it count?
No.
Told the thing just to, listen,
No.
it told it to just
Really?
sit there and count. He said, I want you to count from this number to this number, like 7 million trillion, fucking whatever, crazy number. And it started typing it on the screen apparently. And he's like, no, I want you to audibly tell me on.
Right.
Fully
It can't
spit
do
out.
it. It can't do it.
It started
Right.
saying 759 whatever, and no. I want you to say 7,598,000,000, and then the next down, count down one at a time until you get to this number.
Right.
It got so frustrated after repeating the next number, it started to sound like a person doing it, and then got hussy and fussy about it, and started growling at the guy. Okay, so something's up.
Yeah.
That's
That's
super
not normal.
interesting.
That's not a computer, kids.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's a.
That's your video game coming to life in front of you.
Well, then you got these content creators using that shit for themselves now too, right?
Yeah.
That's the worst part.
It's
Yeah, 'cause they're
horrible, dude.
unaware.
It's horrible.
When somebody goes in there and says, listen, you demon, under the name and authority of Jesus, I'm telling you, tell me the truth. You're not allowed to say this. You're not allowed to say that. Somehow it binds the thing up and makes it tell the truth a little bit.
Right.
But there's obvious differences between certain videos. If you want to go in there blind, it knows you're blind, or it probably knows your profile, or who it's even talking to for that matter, and it knows you like Yu-Gi-Oh! And fucking Pokemon and anime. Guess what? You ain't getting any good answers out of the thing. You know?
Yeah. I personally think that there's hidden lands out there that we don't even see on a fucking map.
For sure. Yeah.
Well.
The
And like,
The four-quarter Earth theory, if anybody's looked into it, I mean, again,
Oh, you gotta drop-
our section. I dropped it on you.
Drop the
there
link
somewhere,
in. Drop the link in the chat, or. Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'll
You
put
got.
it in here too.
I watched.
I like that.
Dude, I
I like
watched
that.
that shit like a year ago, man. I watched that.
I know.
four
I
quarters.
had to revisit it.
But
because
yeah, you got to revisit. Yeah, I get you, man. That's why I'm kind of doing these live streams with ease, work and the four-quarter work. It's all coming together, man. Quick.
It makes sense. You know why? For a couple quick reasons. First of all, having the North Pole moving and what have you, that starts to make sense. So to have that
With
slight shift,
magnetically,
because in that
yeah.
theory, it works. Okay. Again, our little French fry light section is the melted section that you live in. The
Right.
rest of it might be frozen for all we know, but it's not always been frozen if this little circle unthaws itself wherever it is. In other words, as that circle's moving, the front edge of the ice is melting and the back edge of the ice is closing behind it, and
Right.
so forth as it goes around. That would explain if you're let's say you're in contact with old enough entities that have been through this cycle or something older, that
Right.
or pre-Adamites, before people, before man. So you're talking about times of dragons. I don't know what we're talking about, but beyond us, that would explain why they're trying to always be at the front edge of that ice, digging up whatever's coming uncovered. Okay, because if you're always having something undiscovered, at some point, it might be ocean, but at some point it's going to come back to some more land or whatever is out there. So if something's buried, like we say, or it's uncovered in our section right here we're on right now, how do you know it was done even in our time? It could have been in the previous cycle, could have been a real long time ago, like they
Right.
said, which gives them a little bit of leeway for their billions and millions theory and all that nonsense. I'll give them a few thousand, but I won't give them a million or more, you know?
No,
Not
we're-
even
Well, we
that.
could be heading into another mini ice age too.
Well, again, it would make sense if you think about it. If where you are is moving, so to speak, as far as the retrospect of the cycle of the moon and sun above your head, then your land technically will at some point come to the edge of the circle and be consumed, and you'd have to
All right.
migrate like people have done. So if it always they tell you to
Fuck.
go west, so apparently you need to go west to keep on the sunny side of things and not be on the frozen edge. You'd naturally move anyway if it was starting to freeze, right? Every whatever, a lot more, you know, if in Montreal it started to become 9 months of winter, I don't care what they do, I'm crossing the border, right?
Well, already we spend like about 6 months of the
So,
year
what
wearing
if-
fucking parkas anyway.
Well, we're not that bad, but I mean, at this point, I'm getting a little tired of it. Looks like we're going to have a break here, though.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm dropping the.
Anything
I'm
near zero, I'm good.
gonna drop the 4-quarter Earth in the chat. Man, what an interesting video, man. I'll give you that. Man. It's
Yeah,
like,
and if you add that to the
what?
perspective thing and what you're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
today and where you are, you know, your hemisphere is where you are. You can only see so far. I don't know why this is so difficult for everybody, that your own little bubble is where you're from and where you're at. So you can have a friend in Egypt or whatever. His bubble is looking different than your bubble just because of perspective and optics. There's so much
Right.
to this. To try and explain this is impossible. But of course, if you got thick glasses and you think you see a curve everywhere, well, now you're all about the globe and telling us how the it only works with stars and around a curve and all this space nonsense, which just don't add up, man. I mean, I've tried.
It don't add up.
Sunday from Sunday.
That's
I'm
right.
pretty good at figuring things out. There's only a couple of things that make a whole lot of sense, and this is starting to add up. Not in their favor, I'll tell you that much.
Got that right. You're damn straight. You got that right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bendy water.
Bendy water. No bendy water. Yeah.
When Bill Nye bent the cardboard there, fuck, that was it. Everybody was done.
That was Sagan that bent the cardboard. Did Bill
Well,
Nye?
Bill did it too.
Bill
Sagan
did it
the
too.
cardboard with
Oh.
Aristosthenes. Bill Nye did it with the boat over the curve.
I remember he had the little rope with the boat with the. He was pulling it.
Yeah, now you got it.
Yeah, I remember the Bill Nye.
Except there was no
section,
side-to-side curve on his ball. It was just an over-the-cylinder spaghetti
Right.
curve.
Okay.
You live on a paper towel roll.
Yep.
No, nothing worse than getting lied to. I hate to say
Yeah.
it, but in a world of flat things, machinists know about flat things, and there's nothing flatter than water. So
So Kenny, how's the piano tuning and guitar fixing and stuff going?
It's okay. It's not. I mean, it's busy, but it's not booming. I'll say that, man. It's not booming. Like,
You haven't up any Stradivariuses lately or nothing?
nah, I don't work. I work on mostly student instruments at this point.
Yeah,
But
okay.
yeah, they're like no Stradivarius is rolling in, man. But I'll get one. I'll get one. I've had one in the
Watch this.
past, but
when
it's been-
Kenny gets
yeah,
to heaven, you know what's going to happen?
what's that?
He's gonna get in there, and they're gonna Kenny, some of your bad list here. Yeah. You're gonna have to do a little work.
Yeah.
Yeah. See that line of harps over there? We need
Yeah.
those tuned.
Need those fuckers tuned.
Gonna be a harp line like a 10 million long.
I'll be like,
You know,
yes,
it's gonna be-
yes, sir, man. No
right.
problem. No problem. I'll be like totally in. I'm gonna do it. Definitely can
mopping
tune.
the floor next to you.
I can tune a harp, man. No
You gotta,
question.
you gotta do something with your mind, man. And doing that kind of work's pretty cool, Kenny.
Well, you know, tuning frequencies is definitely a thing. You know, I mean, it's definitely something you can do, and you know, I enjoy doing it, and I don't mind it.
You
I
know
love.
what's really good about it? You can't get fired, okay? And you can't have somebody go to your boss
No, I can
and
get
tell
fired.
you some nasty lies so that they can fire you. And it's hard to get sabotaged by your people into your clients and so forth,
Right.
to the point where you can't work no more.
Yeah. I'm still doing drywall.
Still
would love
doing
to do some
drywall,
drywall.
man.
I
Drywall's
would love to do some drywall.
Agave loves doing drywall.
Renovations,
Yeah.
fucking building decks.
I got all my tools and everything, just can't get no one to hire me to do it.
Yeah, no.
Hey,
Going all right with me.
aren't you guys like close to each other, man?
Not exactly.
Not exactly. I'm just
He's
asking.
5 hours away. He's 5-hour drive.
It used to be that would be okay. I got to go to Toronto and back. Let's say I was going to drive in and out of there in one day, make it a real dive bomb.
Right.
It'd be a total full day, and it'd cost you about $100 in gas, $50 each way. Now you're talking about stupid and expensive beyond that.
Well, my parents are from Montreal, so is my older brother. He was born there.
Best
I
way-
got 2 dead grandparents buried in military cemeteries there.
yeah, got lots of those here.
I'm born in Toronto. But I lived in Halifax for about close to 20 years too, though.
That's odd. My grandparents are from there. They're both buried there.
Yeah, it's, I'll tell you, man. Toronto is well, just like Montreal, it's a fucking metal fucking clusterfuck.
Yeah, the older
Really?
they are, the city, the bigger they are.
No
Anything
shit.
down the St. Lawrence River, for that matter, is just old and occupied. You know, always has been. We're standing
Yeah,
on
but-
old ground.
The people are nice, right? You know, like I remember being in Halifax and you get on the fucking bus in the morning and the bus driver says, "Good morning, how's it going, buddy? Here, you want to borrow my newspaper?" Fuck, here in Toronto, I get on the fucking streetcar and there's goddamn fucking fentanyl people fucking on the nod all over the fucking streetcar.
Yeah, you got to go in there like that. What's that guy's name?
Yeah.
I just one of my last videos on YouTube was on my way to work the other day, and one of the guys was fucking totally napping out on fentanyl, right? So I filmed it. It's only like a 3-minute fucking video, but it's just some of the shit you see in these cities now, right?
Well, I got
was
some
down-
great stuff. If you could find a way to transfer, what is it, mini DV tapes over to there. I owned a bar and restaurant right on Queen Street for almost 10 years. I seen everything after 3 a.m. But I got videotape beyond crazy people. It wasn't even time of fentanyl. It wasn't even that bad.
Hey, I did the Cabbagetown and Jamestown and ooh, man.
This was around 2000, so it wasn't that bad. But I mean, and like you said, back then and even before that, politeness was a thing. And since 2000 and up, things have just gone downhill super fast. Yeah.
Well, it's the moralization of society. See, this is what they want to get rid of the middle class
Don't
altogether.
get me started, bro. Go ahead.
And then they get rid of the middle class because they just want to have rich people and fucking poor people. And that's why they're bringing all these immigrants over from fucking India and Pakistan and all these fucking places and flooding our countries with these immigrants. I mean, I was talking to a guy at physiotherapy about 6 months ago, and he was an Ontario Works social worker. He was telling me these fucking people get 200 fucking bucks a day, 83,000 bucks a year, and they don't even have to look for a fucking job.
Yeah.
Right?
No, but that's planned. Like you said, it's just literally done on purpose. They absolutely people don't want to hear it, but that's all there is to it. It's not racist. It's not nothing. The two cultures don't mix unless they're dedicated to coming here and becoming Canadian, which is not happening.
Yeah, but they don't come here and become Canadian. They
That's
expect
it.
us to look over their bullshit, which is a total clusterfuck.
Yeah.
And they don't give us the pick of the litter either. They empty all the insane asylums and their fucking goddamn jails, and then they send these bastards over here. And then like most of these guys are fucking, army fit, fucking military age, young fucking lads. They got no way of picking up a broad, right? And as soon as they get fucking screwed up, they're out there raping chicks, man.
Yeah, well, you get rejected enough, I guess, and that's kind of it too. You know, you think you're gonna go and just be charming everywhere you go. That's the attitude I get from a lot of them. But
Yeah.
you know, again, it's the nature of some people is just different. Bottom line, it's not always positive.
Well, they want to get rid of the white Europeans, whether you're Italian, Greek, French, German, any Slavs. They want to get rid of them. You ever heard of that Kodenhov Carnegie guy?
No, I don't think I have.
This fucking whole ish fucking conspiracy wants to get rid of the white race, right? And I said ish, you know?
Well, they like order followers. They like people that just do what they're told. Like you said, they make it too easy, especially, and I blame our own government and whoever's in charge of these programs that makes it far too easy.
With a lot of these immigrants, right? They're second cousin offspring. So what happens over there is because they can't really get no broads, so you end up fucking marrying your second cousin. Then you have a bunch of these kids, right? Now, how the traditional European would go about things was he wouldn't marry his second cousin. He'd marry a person of the same culture, but not even in the same bloodline, you know what I mean? And so what you get is an IQ of about 90 out of that. But what happens when you mix your second cousin with your second cousin shit? You end up with an IQ of about 60. And this is where you're getting into the older fucking takers and followers, and they just fucking go about it like fucking robots.
Well, they want to volumize, and that's, again, like you said, the issue there is so much as trying to increase the population whereby you're not actually keeping track of genealogy at all, whereas it used to be pretty strict. You used to keep very strict attention of who's in your family tree and such. Not that it's racist or anything, but again, even somebody who I was speaking to the other day that was a little bit too liberal, and I was saying, listen, do you like black people? Yeah. Do you like Asian people? Yeah. Do you like Indians? Do you like Eskimos? Do you like whatever? Okay. Would those people exist at all if there wasn't different nations, tribes, tongues, and races? So if you want to erase all that and make everybody just one caramel thing or something, like, does it make sense to you? Or do you want to keep black people beautiful and keep Asian people the way they are? And you know what I mean?
Right.
They have their own culture and reasons and purposes in this world.
Right.
But they're supposed to be in a certain location doing their certain thing. And having somebody put them on a mechanical boat and so forth and bring them where they wouldn't naturally go with promises of things that aren't going to happen, doesn't make sense. Again, I'll be like, if you even asked them what they were told and what actually happened, it's two different things. But who are you going to complain when you show up and they put you in a hotel and feed you? No. So I don't know. The whole thing's a scam, man. Bottom line.
I'm fucking white as snow, man. I got Irish and Scottish in my blood. Fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want to stay white again, and you're naturally attracted to white people. That's the bottom line. It's the way it is. It's just nature. Why do we have to interfere in that and call it whatever we call it, hate speech, and so forth? Muhammad Ali said it best.
I'm with you. I don't hate anybody, but I don't like the idea of these people coming over to a predominantly white Christian environment, and then they come over here and they start breeding like cockroaches, and then they expect us to fucking become like them. They want everybody to take on the Sharia laws and all this fucking bullshit. They got women walking around with fucking bags over their head.
Yeah, if you had a bunch of skilled people coming and wanting to work and so forth, but you get a lot of scamming, you get a lot of people trying to rip you off. I mean, if you deal with Facebook Marketplace or anything like that, you'd know what's going on. I mean, you're right. There's just very few white people you deal with anymore. You 3 out of 4 people at this point seems to be somebody from somewhere else, which isn't terrible at some point, but it isn't great either. It's not working, in other words.
Well, it's a known fact, okay, by whoever you want to fucking call them, that multiculturalism does not work.
True.
End of story.
Yeah.
They've got everybody so fucking brainwashed with their media and their all fluffy duffy fucking bullshit.
Fuffy
You
duffy
know,
shit.
You open the fucking newspaper and it says, "Oh, Canada, the wonderful multicultural country." Like, get the fuck out of Dodge, man. These people didn't. You know who built up this country was the fucking Italians, the Germans, the English, the French, all predominantly white. We designed and rebuilt all this infrastructure, right? Most of the city roads and all the highways and stuff were made by white dudes. But these guys come over here with absolutely no fucking goddamn skills. They just come over here and abuse it. And then they want to try and take over? Like,
It'll just turn into their country is the problem, and they don't see that.
oh,
yet.
this has got to do with these fucking really weird fucking, this like called the Ninth Caliphate and this kind of stuff where this stuff.
Not just one of many, too. One of many you're talking about. Like you said, there's numerous countries, so you're talking about a flood of different cultures and so forth, which is, again, not working. Okay, Muhammad Ali said it best, right? You got a lot of birds in this world. Anybody who watches birds on ornithologists, people see tons of little sparrows and blue jays and cardinals and whatnot. Well, there's tons of these little birds. They're all little birds, but none of them blend together. They all keep with their kind. So
That's right.
there's something to be said about that, and that's not racist or hate-filled or anything else. You know, this is a simple fact. It's like you point out the
Well,
obvious, and
it's a natural approach, right? See, you know, this is where this whole trans weirdo shit, you know, homosexuality up until the fucking, back in the 1950s and 60s, homosexuality was a mental illness.
yeah.
Right?
So was gender dysphoria.
Hey, guess what, man? So was like pointing out that you're a flat earther or that Tartaria is not a thing. I mean, wait a minute, bro. Yeah, you can be institutionalized for believing that the earth is. Yeah.
Donald Trump wants to fucking reestablish the insane asylums.
Hey,
Right?
I'm all for it, man. Let's build some of those palaces that they built, like hundreds and hundreds of them.
Yeah.
Just in America alone. Just in America
Back in the day when
alone.
those fucking things were humming along, they put all the
What?
fucking wise guys like me and you can.
Yes, they put us in the insane asylums. Yeah, exactly, Agave. Tommy, you guys both know, man, that, yeah, they put us in the insane asylums. They built these giant palaces for us because they were just really good guys. They were really great guys. They wanted to make sure we were taken care of and fed. And,
Again, people don't learn from history, and they don't see the cycle and don't understand. Look, you don't make money when the empire is built. You make it as it's being built. As you're building your empire, you're profiting from all the
Right.
different things that
Exactly.
you're holding back, technologies, all the companies you own, materials. Then you burn the whole cocksucker down when it's like, okay, it's not making enough money anymore. Burn it, break it, do whatever you got to do, but make sure that the whole thing collapses somehow, financially or economically or structurally. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's got to come down and start this cycle again, and then call it something fake, and off you go. Again, if you're you have that much influence on the world, people don't see that you can do that, you know? And especially with a television set. It got way worse since we've been around. That's the problem.
Gracious. Yeah, right.
The television set just ruined everything.
I'll tell you, no empire has lasted more than 250 years.
Not even, I would say.
That's-
I'm going to say
No, this is a
125.
known fact, okay?
125.
Last empire
Damn.
basically started in 1776. You take 2026 and minus 1776 off of that, and you got 249 years.
Yeah,
Now,
this
you
would be
think
the
these
biggest
guys
one,
think
in my opinion.
about the digital currency and all that? Because they already got all the money stocked away. They got everybody paying through their nose for a loaf of bread. I mean, they're squeezing the tits so hard, I don't even think they get another drop out of it. That's what I'm
Yeah, you're
I think
right.
they got-
You're right, Tommy. You're right.
Perhaps they're going to unplug the lights. Everybody will start going crazy looking for a cheeseburger, and it'll be fucking like pandemonium. And these guys all
Oh,
have
if they
to
turn the power off, we're done.
Oh, yeah, we're done. We're fucking done. We're
fucking
toast.
cell phone charger. These people will have a heart attack because they can't plug their cell phone in.
Absolutely. They won't even figure out how to on top of that. That's the worst part, is that even the simplest tasks will be impossible. Like even just trying to, okay, we got to get out of here in our car. Oh, it has a flat tire. Oh, we're screwed. Like that's
I
how-
can't
That's
call.
really
Come
weird, because
on.
when these fuckers got no food, then they start eating people.
Oh yeah, that's coming. The Bible says that.
Hey, if the power goes off, we are done, man. This whole thing.
Oh, no question.
Yeah, I
No
mean,
question.
if the power went off, it's over.
Imagine looting and all
The
kinds
looting,
of cuckoos, like
the-
you said. All these crazy people that have bad
Crazy
intentions that
shit.
think they live in GTA Auto.
Yeah. They're not going to know how to light a fire, to boil water. They're fucked, man. Yeah,
And
it's
they'll
gonna,
steal things worth nothing. In other words, like it's like
Right.
gold and silver will be cast into the streets. Nobody's going to be buying your gold and silver, dumbass.
nobody.
Well, that'll be useless.
But if you got like
I
bread,
love it.
I'll
laugh
tell you
when
what,
people
man.
flaunt their money.
You know, if I was a diabolical cuck, man, I would just store as much alcohol as I could possibly get my hands on.
Cigarettes and alcohol.
Cigarettes, yeah. And that would be like a super investment, man. And be like, okay, I know these Mongos are gonna want some alcohol and cigarettes. Yeah, you got it. That's but I'm not a diabolical, capitalist cuck, Mongo. I'm not that guy. But if I was, this is what I would do.
We got to be close to the end because there's too much of this fake food videos and fake snow and everything else going on at this point that nothing. is
Fake
real.
food?
Yeah, there's nothing to eat that you can eat, consume. Well, you're getting it worse
I-
than me apparently. Okay.
Apparently.
I've seen a few videos, but it's
So
only
bad,
from
dude.
Walmart. Walmart or companies from the States. There's only a couple here. There ain't a lot. So the thing is that you guys are getting it way worse though. There's plenty of videos.
Cheese, the cheese, dude, the
Well, the
plastic
cheese is old.
cheese,
That's-
dude.
that's old.
Don't
school.
even get me started. Yeah, that's like
That's old.
that's like day one.
No, printed
Plastic
meat is the thing
cheese
now.
is day one, man.
Printed
Yeah.
meat, and who knows?
We're talking
where
about
did you get
printed meat. Yeah, that's
the-
like
Wait
level.
a minute though. Where did you get the DNA profile for the
Ugh,
printed meat?
ugh. Don't get me started. It's so bad. Yeah, the printed meat. Oh my god,
Yeah.
it's crazy,
Like
bro.
worldwide, I think we consume 360 billion tons of meat
Yeah.
every year,
Yeah,
but we only produce 90. We only
right.
produce 90 billion worldwide.
Where's the rest of it coming from? Yeah.
Ranchers are
Yes.
baffled.
Ranchers are baffled. They're freaking out.
There was a
ranchers-
time when we had
Yeah.
enough cattle to do that. And again, if you look at the amount of empty land that we have, and people are so stupid they think we're overpopulated
Right.
because they live in a rat hole. If everybody had 100 head of cattle, this wouldn't be an issue. We'd all be eating filet mignon every day.
That's true. You're right. For like $3, it would cost $3.
It wouldn't cost anything. You'd have to go out with your bullet and shoot the cocksucker.
I don't know about that, but
You'd be paying the butcher. That's all you'd be paying. The bullet. You'd be giving.
let's give them $3, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but see, the powers that be have already fucking rounded up pretty much all the good cattle farmers and anybody that's got any sheep and stuff like that. They got everybody under control. And I'm with you, man. I mean, I think everybody should have a cattle ranch.
Yeah.
Right?
And the bloodlines of all the animals and all the fruits and all the vegetables, again, the GMO and whatnot. This is the days of Noah, as it says. They're going to just F with the DNA of everything, all of
Yeah,
creation.
we're screwed,
And
man.
that's it. It'll no longer have a natural way. Like we say, everything has to come out of a medicine bottle or be produced in a lab. Well, that's not obviously the way it's supposed to be. So,
Yeah, but I think it's been going on for a lot longer than we think.
yeah, it's way more high
Oh,
tech. than we think.
dude,
That's,
don't
that's
get-
why our generation is the only one to understand this, because you couldn't have said this 200 years ago and had anyone understand what you're talking about. Again, with the DNA
I
and
think 200
everything,
years ago you probably could have.
maybe 200. Okay, so a little longer.
I
But
mean,
either
if you ever had a look at the 1896 fucking grade 6 exam, you'd have to be a fucking. It would make like a university professor look like a retard trying to fucking figure it out. You know what I mean? It's
you
like
see what they're
90
producing out of the schools, though?
1896 fucking grade 6 exam, right? This thing's got, it talks about bushels of fucking corn and fucking barrels of fucking apples, and it's all about farming, and it's all about like hectares of land, and
All right. So that was,
man.
you said 1876. Is that right about there?
1896, 97.
96, 97. Okay. I'm dyslexic, man, so I flipped the numbers. Sorry. But 96, 97, 18. Yeah, man. You had to be smart, man, in 1896. Apparently. Damn. All right.
Like, I'll tell you right now, my grandmother, when she wrote a letter, man, her fucking handwriting was like calligraphy.
Calligraphy. Yeah. I know.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, she put Master Thomas Rogers, and it was all fucking perfect lines, not on lined paper.
I know.
But every
Yeah.
fucking line was on a full fucking blank white piece of paper, and she had a little fucking kind of a ruler or something that she would fucking write.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
every line was perfect. Her fucking writing was like artwork, man. And I look at my own fucking writing, and it looks like the fucking cat scratch did it.
Yeah, the doctor. Yeah.
You know,
Same
and
here.
fuck, that's another thing. Doctors haven't cured a goddamn thing in 120
Never.
years.
Oh shit! Here goes my
I know, it's
channel. I love
hilarious.
you guys.
You're not the wrong doctor.
Okay, let's
You're
do
a
it.
fool. Hippocrates said that.
Yeah, we already broke YouTube's algorithm. Never mind.
Hey man, they gave me my channel back after
Because they
like,
want to frame you.
because they want to
Exactly right.
frame me for, like, you know, speaking the truth, or they want to use my data for their data centers. One or the other. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
we're-
they want to know what we know, and we know.
they
what
want to
they
know
We know. We
what
know
we
what they
know.
we
Yeah,
know.
exactly. And that,
We already
that's all
dealt with
good.
this 10 years ago. We
knew
this is
this,
round
yeah.
2. We were
We're-
taking a break there.
We took a break. We're back. Let's go. Let's keep going, man.
Yeah,
We-
they tried to take everything. It
They
didn't work
tried.
yet, but
They can't take everything, man.
we're getting close.
But yeah, you're right. It's looking like end times, man. I think we're pretty close.
No, you know what? I try and look positive about everything, man. Fuck.
Let's go.
You
It's
know,
positive. Go.
I mean, there's so much damn fear porn going on out there. They got every fucking retard in town looking at those Epstein files now. That's a complete joke,
Right.
right?
Distraction. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh shit!
You know-
You got to go look at the Super Bowl and the Olympics and the Epstein files all on the same day, Mongo.
The fucking Baphomet
What the
Bowl.
fuck is wrong with you guys?
Yeah.
Come on.
Baphomet Bowl. You know, fucking Elvis Presley Bowl.
The best one though about the Superb Owl there is the logo this year and the colors on it matching the emergency broadcast signal. On that was the best
Oh
one. yet.
shit, Mongo! Fuck, get
Baphomet
the
Bowl.
fuck out of here.
Held on at
No.
Levi's Stadium, right?
Yeah.
Eliphas Levi in 1860 is the one that
Yes.
created the Baphomet.
What? Oh, the little thing on the back of the pocket, that little triangle thing.
It's the fucking Baphomet Bowl, man.
Mm,
Elvis.
the Baphomet.
Elvis is the
Hey, the
thing for Levi.
yeah, I know we're in the shit show, man. We are in the shit show of all shit shows, man, in my opinion. But
Yeah,
Tommy, Agave, the fact that I got both you guys to come in here this evening, man, is just like fucking. It's kind of tripping me out, man, because both you guys are from Canada. You guys know what's up. I mean, you guys are both.
We're in our igloo. We're stuck in
This
the
is
snow.
like amazing. Thank you
Yeah, man.
guys, bro. Fuck, I just can't. There's no
I
way.
got five
I'm like-
mics over here.
I'm in like I don't know. I'm just floating on a cloud, man. Thank you guys. Damn.
Yeah. If you want to send me donations, I'm
I will.
Igloo 33.
33 at the 33 of the 33rd. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You got to give it to the guy with the sled dog. He'll send it over.
Hey, Tommy, man, real quick, bro. Odin. I just had to.
Odin passed away, dude.
I figured as much.
A couple weeks ago.
No, about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought you were talking about the actual God. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Sorry,
No,
bro.
no, what
No, I was talking about Tommy's dog.
Oh shit balls.
This
Yeah,
beautiful
that's-
fucking dog, man.
Dogs don't
I
live
had
forever.
time with the dog, man. Let's say that, man.
I've
What-
seen a bunch of dogs die, and it sucks. But at the same time, you know what?
Yeah.
They're always
All right,
they're
well-
there for a reason. And there's something else that fills its place.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
That's it. Good point, Agave.
memories, and then you
Yep.
think,
Memories.
then you yell at the next one.
Yeah. Dude. No. Stop. Sit. Yeah.
It's hard on you, man. I mean, my dog, he was fucking the best thing going, man. I'm
I
telling you,
know,
I
dude.
didn't even fucking
Yeah,
even
they don't
say
betray you.
he was smart as fuck. He would do anything I said. And then, but I mean, he got old, man. I mean, fuck. And then he just stopped eating, and that was it, right?
Yep.
Like, fuck me.
That's what happens. Yeah, they stop eating and
And
they start.
when he's gone, you know, it's like a big chunk of you died. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I do.
I mean,
Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
he wasn't a small dog, so I had to take him out for walks that sometimes were a couple hours long. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, we went to the woods and stuff like that all the time, and I spent a lot of time with him. Right?
Yep.
I'm telling you,
Oh, dude, I was
it's
there,
kinda
man.
weird.
Yeah, I was there, bro. I remember. You were taking care of your beautiful dog, bro. What a beautiful dog, man. What a beautiful creature. What a beautiful place we live, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
no, that's why I say you can't look at all this fucking stuff on the internet, man. So, you know, I try and stay away from it whenever I can, right? Because
Yeah.
the internet was giving us the same assholes to give us the TV. You know, mind control.
Yeah, but
You know,
Control your content, though. That's
yeah, it's like but you can't. You got to live life in the real world too, man. You know, this is where I mean, even though
Hey.
I'm 64 years old and I gotta fucking bust my balls doing drywall.
yeah.
You know, to me, it's kind of, I go into work and it's like art, and I meditate in my own way. You know, taking measurements, fucking making sure I cut this fucking pipe out on the sheet, make sure I got everything all set up right. You know, I like to do like a beyond kind of good job because I kind of take pride in my work, right?
we'd get along well, you and I.
Yeah. Hey, Agave, man, I have one of your boxes sitting on my coffee table in my living room, bro. It's a centerpiece.
But see, when I go to work,
Thank
I don't
you.
have all
Thank you,
this
brother.
fucking horror show going through my head or nothing. I got Peter Tosh playing in the background. I'm just fucking chilling out, doing my thing. I don't have to worry about the fucking chemtrails outside or the fucking city polluted, pissy, fucking shitty drinking water.
Well, wait a
I
minute.
got-
Did you say Peter Tosh? Wait a second. Okay. He's a Canadian artist, right?
Peter Tosh,
Yeah.
is this your first time here?
It might be, man. It might be my first time here. Is
Him and Bob Marley were
wait,
fucking
that
buddies,
he
man.
Jamaican guy,
sounds
man.
English. No,
Peter Tosh is from Jamaica, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah, he's from Jamaica, man. All right.
Go ahead.
I'm just, dude, I.
Fine, good.
All right.
Put it on.
Fuck it.
It's
Let's
Bob
go.
Marley, then Peter Tosh. What's wrong with you?
But there's a
Peter
lot,
Tosh.
dude. There's a
Peter-
lot wrong with me, man. All right, I'm gonna go Tosh.
Yeah.
Tosh. Peter Tosh. I
Yeah.
typed it in Reader Tosh because I'm fucking Mongo. I'm a Mongo. Damn.
Man, I'll tell you a funny one. I was working in Jasper, Alberta,
Yeah.
and there was the best bar in town, so you had live bands all the time, and they all had this reggae band that would come from Jamaica called
Yeah.
The Bird on Paradise, and these guys were hilarious, and of course, they're gonna smoke, so we're gonna get along, and anyways, yeah, these guys ended up moving to Canada and then got a place in Edmonton. And every time I would go to Edmonton, I'd go visit these guys. And shit, I'd walk in the door, like 20 guys packed in the room, man, in the front living room of this house. I'd just given her, and you couldn't see across the room. It was just hilarious. It was one of the best funny times I ever had. Bird on Paradise. They would play Peter Tosh.
All right. Peter Tosh, 6 days ago, bro. There we
He's
go.
dead, man. He's been gone for a long time.
He's dead? Oh, shit. Is that...
Won't take much of that to copyright.
Yeah.
That's a big...
Agave, I don't give a shit, man. They're going to take me down. They already took me down. Wait a minute. I'm back.
Yeah.
What the hell happened? Oh, shit. They want to add to their AI algorithms, data centers, whatever you want to call them, bro.
Big fat data bank. And it's how come they build those big fat data banks in the desert? Are they stupid? If they're allowed to go to Antarctica and to the Arctic and all these places, and if it takes so much heat and so forth to cool things
Right.
down, why don't they put the cocksucker thing in the
Good
iceberg
point,
somewhere?
bro.
What's wrong with you?
Great
Are these
point.
people dumb?
Think about it, man.
Because they gotta get you to fucking pay for them.
'Cause-
Yeah, oh yeah. But again, there must be a purpose to its location and whatnot. Again, they're waiting to push the button on something, and everybody that's got the payload is gonna get it.
Dude.
I don't know. Something's not good.
Hey, Agave, the button has been pushed in the past. I'm pretty sure. I don't know who pushed it, but yeah, the evidence says, hey, man, there's been a cataclysm that's beyond your imagination, bro.
Well, what if the pyramids have something to do with this whole system, grid system? Again, it looks like a grid system if they're all laid out the way they are.
Hey, hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Those fucking pyramids in Giza or Gaza or whatever were not built fucking 25,000 years ago. Those fucking things were built in the 1800s. 1800s. There's several militaries. Napoleon, even the Australian military was in there building those fucking things. Those are just poured stones. Okay?
Which ones? The big ones?
It's a psyop. They had to do something with the Middle East, so they turned it into a fucking goddamn Disneyland. You know, they've already made $1 billion off of goddamn postcards from that clown show in the fucking goddamn Middle East.
Well, they might have done something to turn it into that, but I think there's something under it. And I think there's buried stuff there. And
Yeah.
Obviously, somebody stole all the facing from it because they have remnants of it. So there was definitely limestone. To me, it's a big spark plug. You're missing the point, the gold point on the top. You know, it's a big
I don't think
harvest
so.
generator.
I think JJ fucking pinned it right out.
It makes sense.
Right.
Tesla makes sense on that.
I didn't even know Tesla was a real guy.
I'd say
Well, I never met him. I can't guarantee that he was a real guy for sure, 100%. However, I do have an electric motor, and apparently the electric motor is contributed to this guy named Tesla, bro. That's all I'm saying. Whether it was him or not, I don't give a shit, man. But I got like 100 electric motors in my house, and they all work, and I love electric motors. That's all I'm going to say, man, about Tesla.
Well,
not battery electric.
What?
there goes the spoil. I think they made up all these fucking characters.
I'm
Just
with
fucking
you. I'm
goddamn-
with you, Tommy, bro. Yeah, they did make up a bunch of characters, man. For sure. There's no doubt.
You know what?
Damn
Even
straight,
when
man.
it comes to this fucking
I think
Napoleon character.
Einstein was a fucking made up character. You know, I'm down
Oh,
with
yeah,
that, bro. Einstein is
Goddamn.
a
Embot.
yeah. He's a Mongo. Fucking get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me, guy? I mean,
E equals
This
MC
guy.
squared means Einstein married his second cousin twice.
right. And then the only patent he ever had was for a lady's blouse. I thought that was interesting. What?
It's like
About-
making in Shakespeare, right? Again,
Yeah,
you know,
wait.
the character playing the character isn't so important. The front man they might choose to reveal something is the key here. So let's
Ah.
say you want to reveal some type of
There you go.
information.
I think
Just put it.
Shakespeare was
Let's get this.
fucking
Get
collaboration of
this
several.
Timbaland, get this Stephen Hawking guy that can't say a word there, fucking looks all crazy in the
Ah.
wheelchair. Let's get him and pretend he's super.
Oh shit! Don't get me started, guy.
Don't be picking on Stephen
That
Hawking.
shit.
He was a fucking all-star down at Epstein Island. You know that?
Can you imagine them rolling his 6 arm and his brain
No,
go into his
dude,
fucking
I
sequence
can.
trying to
No, I
think?
can't imagine that,
He's
Agave.
thinking,
There's
get me the
no
hell out of
way.
here, and here
Bro.
you are fucking torturing the poor bastard.
No fucking
Yeah.
way, bro. No
They
fucking
just
way.
tortured
Which
that
Stephen
poor
Hawking? You haven't noticed he's got a couple different ears and a couple different sets of teeth too.
He was crying for help the whole time, probably. Who knows?
Yeah, help me.
And
Help me. Let me get out
he's
of here.
probably all drugged the
Oh.
fuck right up. He was an actor.
Well, I wouldn't even call him that. I would say he's a victim. You act the way you act when people do things to you. I mean, what are
Hey.
you gonna do?
Hey, Tommy, man. It's been a minute. I haven't talked to you, but between the time and last time I talked to you and now, there's this thing called Tartaria that's come up
Yeah.
as a a timeline that's been distorted, and all
Yeah,
these
well,
megalithic buildings.
I think there was a bigger civilization that was involved with Tartaria.
Yeah,
If you take a look at the Moors, right? The Moors were all over North America and everywhere.
right.
Actually, some of these Moors were actually the first slave owners back in the day, right?
Mm.
And they're black culture. They fucking were in France and everywhere, man. They were in, especially Spain and down around the Caribbean or the Mediterranean there.
Well, let me ask you this.
No,
man.
that. Go ahead.
Let me ask you, Tommy, man. Do you think slaves could carve perfect columns everywhere in the world? I mean,
Well, I don't think, see, this is where I was doing the research that I came across with a lot of this architecture from the past is most people didn't have to work every day of the week for one, right?
right?
And when they did work on something, they worked on a stone. They could have worked on one fucking block for a whole fucking week. And with no rush, the guy didn't fucking have to be there at 8 o'clock in the
Right.
morning and 10:15
Okay.
break. These people kind of came and went as they pleased, but they took fucking pride in their work. Sort of like me when I go and do my drywall job. I'm in no rush. Fuck, nobody's going to be standing over me telling me what the fuck to do.
Right?
I go in there, I do my fucking thing. If I gotta leave at 3 o'clock, I leave at 3 o'clock. I go for a fucking smoke when I want to have a fucking smoke. I mean, I fucking,
Right. Yeah.
the whole
No,
term.
nobody-
anyway,
hey,
and they got paid. These people were not doing it for nothing. See, apparently, you worked for like 3 months, and then you had like fucking 4 months off. So you made some good quid in the 3 months, and then you could do whatever you wanted to do with the 4 months. Then you came back and did
it's
it
10
again.
cents.
And
well, dude.
back then,
I
they
mean,
didn't need the fucking. The money was not like what we fucking get treated by. So this fucking goddamn bullshit we call money today is fucking goddamn dead paper.
yeah, we
How's that no?
yeah, we got that, Tommy. Dude, back in the early 80s, I met some guys that went up to do the Alaskan pipeline. Oh my God.
Yeah.
These guys were making like $100 an hour, laying pipe in Alaska. And I remember,
Comes from Alberta.
meeting some of these guys. I'm like, you know what? They work for like you said, like 6 months, $100 an
Yeah.
hour, and boom, they're gone for 6 months. They gone.
I knew native guys that would do that, okay? Because they have a lot of
Yeah,
grunt jobs, okay?
grunt
And
jobs.
these guys, then they get paid and they get off their job and for, let's say they got 2-3 weeks off or whatever. they would go and just get pissed drunk, obviously,
Yeah.
and have a good time. But I would encounter these guys at the bar. They would reach into one pocket and pull out a roll with an elastic on it, just 50s
Yeah.
or 100s. Then
Yeah.
reach into another pocket and try and find the 20s. And then
Yeah.
rolls and rolls of money trying to find out which one has just the 20s. so
Yeah.
it can be a
Money,
small
bro. It's money.
Ridiculous money. There's two movies
Ridiculous.
you gotta go watch. You want to watch a funny movie sometime? Watch Fubar, Fubar, right? And then
Fubar.
Fubar 2. Both of those are filmed in Canada, and I know somebody that was involved with the production of that, and it's
Yeah.
hilarious. And again, it's telling
It's
in a
telling.
way that's funny. It's almost like mockery, but at the same time, it's half true. It's like it's a comedy.
And a lot of these places they're facaded too, right? See, most of these places are built with red brick, right? You know, I was looking at a video yesterday.
Yeah.
What was it this morning? There's a place in fucking India where there was 93 million bricks that they
Yeah.
made this fucking structure out of.
Oh,
Right.
93 million.
That's
Red
why you
brick.
have slaves. That's making bricks. That's exactly what slaves are for.
Well, I mean, like I said, I don't think these people were getting stood over like with some asshole with a whip and a chain, right?
In some places they were because they got themselves in debt somehow. I don't know about forced slavery so much. That might have happened here or there, but
Well,
I think, like you said, most of them were happy.
we're all fucking slaves, man. I mean, what Canada pays 43% fucking taxes on everything, right?
The whip.
You pay.
I call it the whip, man. Could they whip these
Yeah.
guys into moving?
Sure, put a fucking cell phone in their goddamn hands and they'll enjoy their servitude.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's different forms of slavery. That's just it. And the level of psychology involved might dictate, like we said, whether you're in a prison and don't realize it and you're happy about it because you're a good slave, or if you're a bad slave. I mean, who's your master again, and things like that.
Well, I haven't owned a cell phone in over 10 years now.
I have a flip phone, so I'm halfway there.
My first cell phone was a 35-pounder, man.
Yeah, I had the car. I had the first ones in the Motorola in the car there. Like, damn thing was
Yeah,
so
me
expensive.
too, man. And this one had a fucking goddamn shoulder fucking strap for it.
That was in '88, and you brought the big battery pack, man. You could bring
was
it
my
into the
first
McDonald's and slap it on the table, and people would look at you like you're insane back then.
Yeah.
I think you're like somebody like involved with the president or something. You're talking on your phone.
Yeah.
It worked though because
I
even back then,
didn't know use of all the tech and stuff. I thought it was helping out mankind, and then I started realizing. I get on the bus. I could take that because I live by Casa Loma here in Toronto. So I take the streetcar and the bus to fucking work. And 9 out of 10 people on the bus, they're all staring at the fucking goddamn scrying mirror they got in their hand.
Yeah.
Right? And I just feel like, and if I tell people I haven't owned a cell phone in 10 years, they just look at me like I'm a fucking retard.
even if they just say something like, "Oh, just here, put it in your cell phone or whatever," and I'm like, "I don't have a smartphone," and they're like, "Oh, you don't?" I'm like,
Yeah, the last job I was on, the fucking goddamn homeowner, he fucking was kind of mad that I didn't have a cell phone because he wanted to get a hold of me, and the only way he could do is call my home. 'Cause I only got a landline and an answering machine, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm picky about who I answer to, too, so. But I kept saying to him, what time is it? Because I was getting a little bit pissed off with him one day, right? And, because he's a real finicky fuck. And, he says, "Well, where's your phone?" And I said, "I don't have a phone, man." And he's kind of like got pissed off because he had to whip his phone out and tell me what time it was because I was ready to cut it out. It was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And when it's cold as fuck out and I got to take the bus back, it's kind of like sometimes you get stuck at the fucking bus stop. And you could be there for 20 minutes or something. And if it's cold and you stand there with fucking work boots and steel toes on, your feet get cold, you start fucking climbing up. Anyway, yeah, so it's not, yeah, it's got its good points and bad points, but I mean, Hey, I like going out in public and being the only guy on the street that doesn't own a cell phone, man. That's just me being a weirdo, I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
That's okay. I like it too. I get it all the time. People always ask me, "Oh, just do this, do that, text this, text." I'm like, "Oh, no, you don't understand."
My girlfriend's got one, right?
Yeah.
But you know, I don't.
People are zombies, like you said, and I can't appreciate anybody that's standing in front of me and doesn't have my attention. Don't have their attention, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like they're talking to you and they're half in their phone and trying to half pretend they're talking to you. That doesn't cut it
Yeah.
for me. I'll walk away. And then they'll just wonder where you're
No, I've seen people fall down the stairs at the subway.
Oh yeah.
My brother, he was over at the mall up in Bramistan there, and this chick was coming out of Walmart, and she walked right out in the fucking traffic, in the mall there, didn't even look, and a car smoked her, right? And she was staring at her phone, right? When I was walking my dog, these idiots would walk right into my dog. I mean,
I've almost run into a couple people with the car, so I know they're definitely zombified.
Yeah, no. Well, see, this is where it gets kind of creepy out there, because about 60 or 70% of the people out there don't have that inner dialogue, right? You know, where you talk to
Spatial
yourself.
awareness.
Well, no, but when I'm always having a conversation with myself inside my own head. You know, whether is this good, is this bad? Am I going to do that tomorrow? Am I going to stay here? Am I going to go there? I always got this ruminating thoughts that I'm conversing with myself in my head. From my understanding and from what the studies have shown, 60 to 70% of the people don't have that. So when you said zombies, primarily you're talking pretty much spot on.
It is,
Right.
but there's something going on. It's more than just like the phone is part of it, but there's something with what they're giving us, what they're feeding us, what they're spraying, the whole show, everything all together here is turning this into a shit show. And you watch those videos ever of the guy that interviews university and college students and stuff, and he asks them simple questions and they can't answer none of it.
Yeah.
That's pretty hilarious to me, man. I mean, I'm like thinking, wow.
Where's the capital of the United States?
We can answer that more than they can, but even simple
Yeah.
questions like what's 3 times 3 times 3, you know, something like that. I mean, that's like something that I learned in 3rd, 4th grade. I don't remember, but it was
Yeah, but these are university graduates, man.
these are university people. Like I said, this is somebody who might design something that you're gonna, you know, whatever. I don't know, but
Well, it's got to have to do with social engineering, man. This whole Tavistock fucking shit, the Wellington House, all the music.
where's the accountability? Where's the results? Where somebody's fudging the data then? Because if you have a
Oh,
lot
they're
smarter
getting their results. They're bleeding a fucking society that can't even think out of a wet paper bag.
you lowered the
Right.
bar so far. That's what happened.
Yeah, no. This is where, I mean, the whole idea is to structure the whole, especially the Western world. They want to dumb down this whole fucking situation where
Well, it's done.
half these fucking kids don't even know if they're a fucking boy or a girl. I see these fucking goddamn teenage kids walking around. They got pink and purple hair, and they got a fucking bone through their nose, and oh my god, they got their ears and fucking goddamn eyeballs pierced, and fuck, man, oh.
Yeah,
Well,
they have to be
I
on
mean,
emoji.
I got my fair share of tattoos and stuff. I used to have a pierced ear, right? But, you know, it's just, that was like fucking 30, 40 years ago, you know what I mean? Like, these
I
kids
know.
today, they are absolutely fucked right up, right?
And it ain't
You know?
cheap to do all these little modifications, so somebody's paying the bill.
Well, these, I don't know. See, this is where, I mean, you probably noticed it here in Canada, but there's very few, if any, kind of jobs out there. Half these kids that are working nowadays are working 2, 3 jobs, right? You know, my nephew had a job at fucking Sports Check. He had to go in there fucking Monday, Tuesday. Then he was over at Tim Hortons for another fucking day or two. Then he was at some other, he's helping his dad fucking mow lawns and shit like that. I mean, when I was a kid, if I told the boss to fuck off and quit my job, I could walk across the street and get a job right next door. You
Yeah,
looked
that's
open
what
the
I did.
newspaper and they had the fucking classified section and it said jobs. And it was pages after pages of jobs.
Yeah.
Now you don't even have a damn newspaper.
No, even when you do have one, it's funny as heck because I've even had somebody like my own mother or somebody say, "Well, just look in the classifieds," and I'm like, "Okay, ma, thanks," you know. And I'm like, "Have you looked at the classified ads lately?" You know, and you look at the job section, there's like 3 things listed in there, and it's like, "What are you doing?" There's nothing
They're
there.
low paying shitty jobs.
They're not even
Right.
jobs. Half of them are nonsense or telemarketing or some stupid shit you're never
Yeah.
gonna do. Whatever it is, it's not a real job. So if you don't, like you say, if you don't know somebody or you don't know what you want to exactly specifically do or go and see somebody or you got to be specific now. Back in the day, like you said, it didn't matter, But I know I've been working since I was the day I turned 14. You were allowed to go work. That's it. I went and worked. I was pumping gas or whatever because you had to buy skateboard stuff and you had to buy BMX stuff and
I hear you.
cost
My
me money.
first job, I was 13 years old, picking tobacco in Tilsonburg for the summer with Germans and French guys and Indian guys, and it was fucking great. Right, but I was from sun up till sundown. Right, and I was there the whole summer. That was my first job on a summer vacation. I went there with my buddy Ricky Kraus, who's a German buddy. His family owned the farm. It was pretty cool. That's my first time getting my hands dirty. Right, and that was
Didn't matter what it was. Yeah, as long as you didn't get killed doing it and you were left there with
it
some
was
cash.
bad busting shit, man. Tobacco
Yeah.
picking.
Yeah, we were happy just to do something, I guess. But I don't know. I didn't mind, working most of the time. The only time I didn't like working was because my mom was a bank manager. She knew all the businesses, everybody, everywhere. And then the guy that ran or owned the Burger King, she came and told me one day, she's like, "Oh, he needs people over there, blah blah blah," and she pretty much coaxed me into going in there to work at Burger King. And I fucking went in there, worked there, I think for 2 weeks. But almost all 2 weeks, I was watching across the street because there was a new store. It was a windsurfing store. I was watching this guy set up his store, and he looked like a cool guy. I was thinking, and then suddenly there was 4 skateboards in the window, and I get off at lunch. I go over there across the street to go look at what the heck's in the window. It's 4 pieces of shit. So I walk in there with my big fucking mouth and my Burger King uniform and go, "Oh, is this all you have for skateboards?" You know what I mean? I'm looking for this or this or that. And the guy's like, "No, these are good," or whatever. I'm like, "No, those are fucking shitty." Like, what are you talking about? These are garbage. And the guy's like, "Oh, you sound like you know something." I'm like, "Yeah, man, you need this or this or that, And he's like, "Oh, you seem to know a lot about skateboards, He says, "How about if we order some and you sell them or whatever?" And I was like, "Okay, how's that gonna work? How much you gonna pay me an hour?" Like, "No, no, I'll pay commission." And I'm thinking, like, I don't know how that works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure enough, the guy tried to explain it to me, and I'm calculating in my head, and I'm thinking, all right, that sounds feasible. So I walk back across the street, and I take off my uniform and to the guy and go, "I gotta go. I got something to do. See you later." And that's it. I went back across the road, fucking got the guy out. Literally the same day, I got him on the phone with some company, and I said, "Listen, we need stuff here in Canada," and started ordering ship from California. The guy only gave me $5,000 to spend. I filled the school bus on the first day that the order came in. I said, "The order's showing up today." The school bus going to where I would take to go to my job. I would take a different school bus to get to after work to get to my job.
Yeah.
And that school bus was fucking packed, standing in room only in the aisle. Even the school bus driver was confused. Everybody got off with me. So walked in with their parents' credit cards in their hand, half of them.
Yeah, cool.
And took all the inventory in one day. Okay. So the guy literally, we had some stickers and T-shirts left, and the guy was like, he literally sold all that in one day. I said, "I pre-sold it. It was already sold. I knew what inventory was coming in. I told everybody at school what I had. They told me what they wanted, and here we are."
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah, and then that was that. Next time the guy bumped it up to $25,000 right away. It didn't take him a second, but that was kind of funny. Like you said, you could just grab a job, do what you wanted to do, and if you didn't like it, you
Not now, though.
Yeah, your boss couldn't be an asshole to you as much either,
No. Not nowadays, though.
No, now it's like a joke. Not only that, the worst part now is that the boss is even an idiot. That's the problem. Is that the management's stupid? Everybody's stupid above you. If the guy above you can't do your job or whatever, he needs to shut his hole. Okay, that's all. Or be very polite about how he deals with you. You know, the skilled people are the only ones that deserve any respect at this point. People that talk and just process paperwork and do stupid crap or prostitute themselves to some company for whatever reason, order followers being the worst, and sales
Yeah.
and marketing stuff like that, trying to convince you to buy some piece of garbage you don't need or whatever. Any good product doesn't need sales and marketing; it sells itself.
Yeah, I've always kind of kept I stay away from office jobs, man. I did a couple of them back in my early 20s and stuff, and
Yeah,
I've
you
always
get this.
enjoyed them. Get my hands dirty and learning something. I did
Yeah,
truck driving. I did fucking furniture fucking moving. I did all kinds of shit in my day. Roofing.
yeah. I've done it all too, man. And I got offered a couple good jobs. I was even just in this motorcycle forum, and I would meet with guys at motorcycle meets and stuff. And there was this one guy I got along with well, and sure enough, one day I finally meet the guy, and you could tell he's just some Joe Business guy. You know, he didn't act like that online, but he was Joe Business guy, suit and tie guy. You know, nice motorcycles, nice good money. He
Yeah.
was big wig for BMO for Bank of Montreal. And I was like, he's like, oh man, I got a job for you. You get a good salary, all this stuff and whatever. And I totally turned the guy down. I said, I will never work for a bank, dude. It's that simple, you know?
Now, like I said, I mean, you know, I've always like dirty hands equals clean money to me, right?
Yeah.
You know, and like Kenny was saying earlier, kids nowadays they fucking wouldn't even know how to fucking make a fire.
Nothing. They can't change the tire on their car. That's the funny thing.
No.
Can't do nothing.
No.
With
And so it's a
instructions.
shame because the world I come from, like, you know, my grandfather, he lived to be 96. Um, he ran a gang of 600 guys that fucking ran railroad tracks all across Canada. He was out in the fucking back 40 most of his life. And that guy had fucking hands as big as bear paws, right?
Yeah.
You know, and his garage in the back was like a fucking machine shop, right? I mean, this guy was fucking amazing. These kids nowadays just totally blow me away, man.
They don't even
Right.
want you to have that anymore, though. Don't forget.
Oh.
You know, to have a shop and have all that stuff. If you gave me a piece of land, man, and I had a building on it, a property building or whatever, I'd be that guy. But it's just not feasible anymore. Now you got people telling you what to do every 2 seconds. Your dandelions are too long and whatever the hell. I mean, this has gotten to be, you know, where you can't do that anymore. You can't be that guy anymore. The States is kind of like the last bastion for this, where the last junkyard in existence is like the coolest place in the world, you know?
Yeah, true.
It's almost
I got my
like-
son down in Tampa Bay right now. He's taking construction management course. He's living at his girlfriend's place in a gated community there in Tampa, right? I mean, her parents got lots of cash, man. So he's doing pretty good. But he's 21. He's kind of like I'm really proud of him. He was in the Canadian, the Nova Scotia Community College. He took a bricklaying course, and they put him in the fucking Canadian championships. He came in third. He's 21. He's got his Volkswagen Jetta down there, and he's got 2 Dodge Dakota pickup trucks up here. He's at his mother's place in Nova Scotia. And, you know, I'm really proud of my son, right? He's now taking this construction management course. He can take his Volkswagen apart and put it together. He's fucking changed the transmission in it. He's gotten everything to the damn thing, right? And I don't know, man. This is where, I mean, I'm proud of him because I look at these kids nowadays and they don't even know how to fucking turn a TV on.
Well, you told him to, you know what I mean? Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing it. So,
I
your
think
parents-
it's got to do when you're a kid and you see your father going to work every day.
that
And
too,
it's
yeah.
like, depends. If you fucking see your old man laying on the couch drinking beers all day, you're gonna end up coming out of that fucking crop. But with me, like as soon as I walked in the door from work, his fucking mother would hand me the kid and say, "Take him in the shower with you," because as soon as I came in after work, I had to drop all my clothes at the front door, walk to the back of the house, and get right in the shower and get myself cleaned up. And usually she would fucking tell him, take take my son with me, right? And so when a kid sees you coming in from work, you drop your work bag on the doorway there, you take all your work boots and everything off there, and you go right into the shower. The kid sees that, and it gives him a boost. You know, he's going to be like a monkey see, monkey do, kind of like
Well, that's how
father,
it
like
works.
son.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you're going to come home, or even not even go to work, and all you're going to do is lay there on the couch and watch Jerry Springer and Trailer Park Boys, right, drinking beers and smoking dope, that's what you're going to get as your offspring, right?
Some kids
Anyway.
break away from that and go the opposite way, which is good. I mean, you know, again, some learn completely the opposite. Like you said, they go, "Oh, I'll never be like my dad," or "I'll never
Yeah.
be like that person." Like,
It's few and far between, though, because it's kind of like a generational curse.
I think
Right?
so. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm in a way because there's definitely something up with that. I mean, there's definitely something to do with genealogy and bloodlines and whatnot.
Yeah, but I think it's like I was saying, monkey see, monkey do situation. I mean, it's almost like a form of mind control, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You know, the Jerry Springer and the fucking whole, because I seen a culture, like I seen people that would just sit around sometimes and watch that fucking garbage day in and day out, and they always ended up like not doing so well. That's all I can say about it, though.
We've all seen it. The question is, how consumed were you by it, right? Like, you know, for
Yeah.
us, is we might have spotted it on the way by the TV or whatever, or you know, entertained it for a moment, or maybe watched one episode. That's enough for me. You know what I mean? I get it. Okay, thanks. You know, but again,
And it's hard. It's hard, and especially with me. You know, like I said, I'll be 64 in July, right? And I look at this world, and then I remember all these things in my life, you know, up until about the year 2000, more or less. And everything was relatively cool. Even the fucking music didn't suck. I don't know if you haven't noticed the music today is just like
there's no
fucking rap.
music. It's not. It's noise. It's not even noise. It's annoying noise.
And when you see the whole fucking system starting to fall apart in such a stupid way, I mean, I can't believe the people I see out there in public, man. You know, I want to talk about fat, stupid, and ugly. Holy
Oh,
fuck.
it's not funny anymore. It's beyond belief.
Oh.
Don't get me started.